Hey, Conan O'Brien here, and welcome back to Summer S'mores 2025, baby.
Oh, outside and feeling alive.
What?
Aw,
and that's no
man.
jive.
Okay, what?
And sometimes I get the hives. I love that actor whose last name is Clive.
Are you talking about Clive Owen, the one with the first name of Clive?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
Yes, I was. That's the sad part. Let me tell you something. As incoherent as I am in studio, I'm worse when we get outside.
I like it.
I want to tell everyone where we are. This is the first for us, it's daytime.
Yeah.
We traditionally do summer s'mores at night.
Mm-hmm.
We now thought, hey, let's do one in the day and see if there's a different energy. And we are in a very special place that I didn't even know existed. We are in the backyard at the headquarters for the Conan Octopus, the ever-growing international conglomerate known as Team
Spectre.
Coco. Yes, Spectre. Yeah. We are an octopus. And if there were more than one, I'd be octopi, of course.
We've been over this. That's not true.
Shut up.
Okay.
Shut up.
It's not.
Hey, here's my new improv guy.
octopuses?
Yeah.
Shut up. Shut up.
Okay.
Shut up.
Okay.
Shut up.
Okay.
Let's do a scene together.
Okay.
Come in the door and say what's going on.
Hi.
Shut up.
You shut up.
Shut up.
You shut up.
Shut up. You
You
shut
shut
up.
up.
You shut up.
You shut up.
And scene. Yay! They broke through the wall. New kind of improv. Upright Citizens Brigade out of work. So I don't go outside the studio much because my foe is the sun.
Yeah.
Or as I call him, Old Sol. That fiery ball of hydrogen in the sky. I don't love the sun, as you know. I'm kind of a necromancer. I'm the undead.
Right.
I like to be entombed within my little studios and podcast places. And so to come outside is a bold move. But we have an ally,
Yeah.
LL Bean.
Yeah.
LL Bean supplied these incredible umbrellas, which are making me feel safe outdoors.
That's good.
Now, I had heard of umbrellas. I've been told about umbrellas. But these are apparently top of the line. They're great, and they're completely providing total UV protection. So I'm outside for the first time in years.
That's good.
Yeah. Sona, you're adding so much to today's podcast.
I know.
You're head to toe in dark clothing on a pretty sunny day.
Very lightweight clothing.
Yeah?
You know,
A full jacket. It's like got to be warmer. It's got to be mid 80s right now.
Corduroy.
Can't take any chances. It's
Oh.
very light. This is a very light jacket. Of course, T-shirt that I happen to love, which is a California Bear playing the electric guitar.
Yeah.
And he's got Ray-Bans on or sunglasses of some kind. I don't know. Speaking of sunglasses, Sona's, your sunglasses look great.
Thank you. They are LL Bean.
Are they really?
They really are.
I didn't know that when I asked you, he said, lying. What? I didn't know LL Bean even made sunglasses.
I didn't either. And then right before we were going to record, I grabbed these and I put them on.
You are a bit of a shoplifter. I grabbed some sunglasses and took them.
Things are laying around. I'm gonna take them.
That's why you've been kicked out of many museums. The everything here, the umbrellas, these mugs that we're drinking out of.
Yeah.
I mean, Gourley. There's
Is
a
it cool?
cooler over there. I bet it's got some cold ones in it.
We could put our feet up, right?
Sure.
It's
Okay.
chill. We're the chill chums.
That's
If
right.
you can't put your feet up, who can? It's
Yeah.
summer s'mores.
Summer S'mores is back. We're outside. We're in the cool little sort of grassy area behind my podcast, my sort
Yeah.
of Stark Industries.
Have you ever been back here?
I said before, not really.
Oh, okay. My dog's peed here a couple times.
I can tell.
Yeah.
I'm getting
here a
that sort
couple
of
times.
harsh ammonia smell.
Ugh.
I can tell they had asparagus.
Oh.
What?
What's that? Okay. Guys, feel free to jump in at any time or I'll just carry the whole show. Anyway, I thank
doing
thanks
great.
to... Oh, and these chairs are LL Bean. Great back support.
I'm taking all of this stuff, by the way. No, I'm not even joking.
She's already brokered this deal before we even started. That
Yeah,
She gets to keep all this.
Oh, you know, my house burned down.
You lost
So,
your house
yeah.
as did many people, in the Altadena fire.
Yeah.
And you lived with your parents for a while. Mm-hmm. Now you've moved into a new place.
Yeah. And
Still figuring out what you're going to do with the old Altadena property.
yeah, well, we're going to rebuild it. We know
Okay.
that.
Would
but
you like me to rebuild it?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen you hold a hammer.
Never have, but I'd like to try. I will build the sort of main structure of the house.
No, that's not a good idea.
Well,
No.
We're going to do it, and we're going to record it
No.
and monetize it.
That's a hard no for me. I mean,
It's a
I
new
would
reality
trust
show.
Gourley
Conan
to
will
build
try it.
No. That's a terrible idea.
Well,
Wait, yeah, maybe you know what? Conan will try it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'll try. You'll try, like scuba diving, or you'll try playing beach volleyball.
I die in the second season.
Okay.
First episode, second season, and it's just playing. It's just not even playing volleyball. It's just going out to play volleyball and there's sunlight. But these chairs are great. You're going to take everything.
I'm going to take everything
because your place isn't furnished, right?
No, I mean we're in the process of furnishing it. A, I like it; they're pretty, and B, I just want them. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to take them.
Sure.
And
wow, this is good.
so thank you to LL Bean and these sunglasses too.
Yeah.
And
Do
this.
we know that we're allowed to keep this stuff?
I don't know.
You're just going to take it.
I'm just gonna take it.
Now they have to give it to you. I mean, that's
They have
not-
to now.
What
to
are
get
they going to
along.
do? Is Bean going to come and take it from my trunk?
Excuse me, it's LL Bean.
I know, but I'm just.
Only I can call them Bean.
It's lost leader Bean. He'll give
Yeah.
it to you.
Hey, Bean!
I don't in my head.
Bean!
LL is one guy and Bean is another guy.
You're thinking of Abercrombie and Fitch or something?
Yeah. When LL met Bean, a new magic had been formed. It's not Wilbur and Orville Wright, but it's really nice back here. I have not appreciated. We have a lovely spot back here.
This is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's really nice. We should hang out here more often.
Well, I should hang out here more often.
You don't
Whoa.
want
I think it'd be nice if
want
there
us
was
here?
like a little statue or something. I think it would be cool to have. No, seriously.
Of what?
I don't know, like a Buddha or something cool and calming. You know.
Oh, I thought
think-
you meant a statue of you for a
No,
second.
no. I know I do
We
bits
should
about.
get a little fountain statue of you peeing in the fountain like a little baby Conan.
Yeah,
you know?
like those
so it would
little
have a baby
babies.
penis.
Yeah.
Yes, it would.
Teeny, teeny,
What's your
tiny.
favorite thing to do? is
What?
joke? Because you drew me with a microphallus on the album, and you were so delighted with that.
I still am. And I call him like I've seen him. We've shared a shower, you know.
We have never shared a shower. Trust me,
Oh.
if you saw what I was packing, you wouldn't fit in that shower. Okay?
Well, let's get a statue made, and maybe it can be all pipe. You know, it's just a little guy.
All right.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Just a little
So
guy.
the water
with
is just going right into the ground. It's a penis that's jammed into the ground, and it goes 4 feet down.
Oh, God.
Waters the whole aquifer. You didn't think that
all
was
of
coming?
Larchmont is irrigated by Conan.
Didn't take us long.
Little friend.
I love there's
Maybe
some
just
nice
no
flowers
dick.
here. What kind of flowers are those? Are those?
Is that bougainvillea?
I don't really know my flowers. It's terrible.
I
I
had
don't
to
know if
clean
anyone.
up a lot
Adam's
of that when
nodding.
I was a kid.
What's
That's why
that?
I know that. My job as a kid was to do the work on our yard with the bougainvillea, and it was that stuff grows like a weed. It's a nightmare.
Can I say one thing
pretty.
that bothers me aesthetically? The back, when we first moved into this place and converted it to a podcast studio, we had to run a ton of cable and wire through because we're a serious podcast. So they have all these, what do you call them?
Conduit.
Conduit. Thank you. Thank you very much, Eduardo.
You're welcome.
And I want to acknowledge that you're here as well. God, he's a good-looking guy.
Okay.
He is. He looks
No disputing
fantastic.
Thank you.
All of this,
He's
this whole
fit.
crew.
Oh, yeah, we are a good-looking bunch. Yeah.
I'm just acknowledging Eduardo for
Oh,
now. And then
okay.
we're
I
going to
just
sprinkle
think
out
everybody
acknowledgments as we go.
will work through
But
his-
anyway,
Easy on the
conduit.
eyes.
Okay, there's conduit. And there's all this conduit on the back of the building, and it's very garish electrical conduit. It's all over the place because there's a ton of wiring running in the building. And I saw it and I went, oh, that's too bad. And the plan was, oh, don't worry. Those are instantly going to be covered in vines and flowers.
Yeah.
Because they just planted them. That was 3 years ago. And nothing. They're still there. These meek little vines are going, not sure I'll grow this year.
Can I just say something?
Yeah,
If
well, just say it. You don't have to
if
say, "Can I
either
just
Matt
say-"
or I brought up electrical cables,
You're so right.
the way you would just
You're so
shit
right.
on us.
I
You
know.
just talked so much about electrical
I didn't just
cables.
talk about it.
And conduits. You were like, what's the word for it? Oh,
Yeah.
thank
I
you,
didn't talk.
Eduardo. It's conduit.
I didn't
was-
just
that was
talk. I
juicy.
opined.
You're right.
Nobody
Sona.
can see these.
That
Yeah,
was
but-
wasted real estate in audio podcasting.
It's just when
You know
we
what's
do it.
wasted real estate? A nice grassy lawn where you're looking at conduit. That's wasted real estate. This could be a beautiful place to have a dry Chardonnay, some kind of Barolo. You could sit back here with a glass of a Chianti, and you could enjoy the nice nature that's back here. Instead, I mean, it looks like we're powering 15 iron lungs.
You really find the best in everything, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Well, I'm just saying, I see the
Look
world
at
and I
this
see a world that can be
gorgeous
improved.
pergola with this, like,
I know.
what is that, like a wisteria vine
No,
or something?
the pergola is there, and all the wisteria is there to cover up massive satellite dishes that I put up. We have a...
That you put up?
I put up.
All right.
I had it installed, and we can return missile fire if we need to.
Oh,
this
good.
place is ready to go.
Okay. All right. Sometimes I think someone can just walk in from the street.
Well, the problem is they can walk in the street. The missiles are to attack people in Cincinnati. I saw some posts there recently that I did not appreciate.
About you?
Yeah,
Oh.
but no, people can wander in.
That's cool.
Gates often unlocked. Sorry to get that out there. Hey, time for a shout out to Hershey's, and a huge thanks to them for sponsoring Summer S'mores. You have to admit, kind of a perfect sponsor for Summer
Yes.
S'mores. Hershey's, the chocolate bar in America. I think the world. Now you can s'more like never before with Hershey's milk chocolate with caramel. These are people that won a long time ago, and they're not satisfied. They keep thinking of new ways to delight us.
Yeah.
Sweet new take on the classic treat, this Hershey's milk chocolate with caramel. Groundbreaking delight delivers an over-the-top s'mores experience. Each Hershey's caramel bar is perfectly sized for s'mores. They did this. They engineered it with s'mores in mind, delivering optimum ooey gooey goodness in every bite.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that with great sincerity. It's not just goodness, it's ooey gooey goodness. So grab your chums and gather round for toasted marshmallows, crunchy graham crackers, and new Hershey's caramel bars. Only a fool could resist a s'mores like this. I think
Yeah.
they're talking to me.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of a s'mores, but you know what? They're tempting me a little bit with this new chocolate confection they've arranged. It's an indulgent new way to make summer memories. Try Hershey's milk chocolate with caramel today. S'more more.
Well, if we've covered all that, we should say, because we're out in the sun here, we do have a special guest, and we need to make sure that your needs are tended to. And maybe we could bring that guest in.
Gina Lollobrigida.
Yes, that's right.
When I go back
Happy
with a
birthday.
reference, I go
Oh,
back
my
with a reference.
God.
What's that? So anyway, to have my needs tended to, I'm told he's a great man. He's been my personal physician since I met him several years ago in one of the only phone booths that still works in the Los Angeles region. Let's get him in here. Dr. Arroyo.
Yay.
Always better with
I'm
the
Dr.
Arroyo.
Arroyo. Nice
Oh,
to
hi.
see you.
We've
Hi, how
met.
you doing?
Okay.
Hi, hi, hi. Hello, Conan. How
Dr.
are you?
Arroyo, good to see you again.
Yes.
And again, everywhere I go, people ask me about you because
Yes.
of your presence in my Hot Ones.
Thank you.
Where you ministered to me, you cared for me.
I think I saved your life.
You probably did, only to prolong it and make it even worse.
Yes.
You're here to offer me advice.
Yes.
Here's the question. I consult you about everything. It's hard to find you. You don't have an office.
I don't have an office. That makes it harder to get served.
I said,
So,
okay. Well,
so I just say I kind of a loose cannon. I roam the streets.
You have asked me, because I try and make an appointment with you.
Yes.
There's someone who says they're your assistant, but it sounds suspiciously like you.
Oh, does it sound like this? Hello?
Yes!
Yeah, that would be, yeah.
You're tough to nail down.
Yes.
And often when we meet, you don't have an office.
I don't have an office.
And you have met me in a parking garage.
I've met
Usually,
you- yes.
prefer a higher level.
Yes, exactly. I get to work out that way, and I meet you in the open, and I'm here to answer any questions you have about the sun,
Yes.
about your exposure to it.
That's what I wanted to ask
yes.
you about. We are here. We're shooting outside. We're very well protected by these LL Bean umbrellas. That would probably block a lot of the damaging UV light. But do you want to have a look at my skin and see what you think?
Let's take. First of all, let's just see how hot the sun is today.
Okay, you're using a. Wait, you're using
It's pretty hot.
What reading are you getting there?
I'm getting. Well, it only goes up to 1 billion.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. That's
yeah.
amazing. And those are usually, I see they use those at the doctor's office to take temperature.
Exactly.
You are
Exactly.
recording the temperature of the sun with that?
Yes, it is. And by the way, you mentioned that the sun is your enemy.
Yes.
It is not your enemy. Your son is your friend who wants to kill you.
Okay.
There's a
frenemy.
A frenemy, exactly. We need the sun.
So what do you recommend, doctor, please tell me you went to medical school.
I did go to an accredited, it was accredited at the time.
Okay.
Yes, I did go to a medical
And
school.
what is on that site now that was once your medical school?
Oh, it's well, they had to take the whole site down. It was on Juno.com. I don't know if
Okay.
anybody remembers. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So-
Anyway, the point is, and I think I'm making a good point
Yes.
here, one must look after their skin.
Absolutely.
Always consult your personal physician or dermatologist, or in your case, clearly a sham artist. What's that?
I have a lot of bravado. I have a
Okay,
lot of
you have a lot of
confidence.
bravado.
And I think that goes a long way in the medical profession.
What do you think about my skin?
Well,
Be
as we all
honest.
know, the skin is the largest organ in the body. And
Second largest, cha-ching.
Oh God.
Right. When it's engorged with food, the intestines can be big. But in this case, I think the skin is
Get you,
larger.
Arroyo.
I
But
think barrier protection. That's
barrier
the
protection.
Barrier protection.
So what would you recommend I apply to my skin?
Probably a sunscreen of a high SPF. Of course,
Okay.
I happen to have some here, and we can just put some on the top of your hand here. If just put some here.
You're using a small spatula. Now, I know this brand. You have to take off the cap, and you have to...
Squeeze it on.
yeah, exactly.
This is a sterilized spatula. Okay.
Oh, you
This
took
is
it out of your
Wait,
pocket.
yeah, it was
Yes,
just
that's
in your
the
pocket.
unsterile pocket,
Oh.
and this is the sterile pocket.
We
What we're
couldn't
gonna
hear
do-
you. That was the American Medical Association helicopter.
Dropping information leaflets to stay away from me. I
Yes.
understand.
You use a spatula to apply sunscreen?
It's more sanitary that way.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't
So-
think... Okay, I've never thought of that.
I already rinsed it. I had scrambled eggs this morning, but this is we're just going to put it on there, and that creates a barrier that will protect you from the sun.
That is a
on the
lot
top
of sunscreen.
It
That
is. Well, you need a lot of sunscreen because you don't have any melanin.
I have no
So-
melanin.
Right. So,
Yeah.
so that's going to be. So I'm going to leave this here for later, and you can just apply it to the rest of your face, to any part of the skin that's
So
exposed.
you didn't even do the fingers. You didn't do any. You just put it right here on top of opposite the palm.
Yeah, I like
below
that.
the knuckles.
Yes, I like.
You
that.
like it aesthetically.
Aesthetically, I like this sort of a panda look. A little white, a little darker.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
yeah. So,
I appreciate your counsel.
thank you.
I appreciate your friendship.
Sure.
I appreciate your absurdly low rates.
Yes,
It's
I-
hard to believe. I mean, I think the last visit I was with you for an hour and 10 minutes.
Yes.
You ate a lot. It was a restaurant. But you charge nothing afterwards.
That's right. That's right. I keep my fees low, and I keep moving. That's my MO. Aaron, if you could bring in that one of the. This is a little life hack. I don't know if you're going to be out in the sun this summer, if you're going to the beach or something, just remember that the sun is a star, and like many stars, it's a vain son of a bitch. So what we do is we reflect the sun back at itself. So it's checking itself out, and it has less time for you. That's the idea. Boy, that was funnier in rehearsal. Anyway, now we have a
That did
mirror.
well at rehearsal?
I didn't rehearse that.
I can't believe there was a rehearsal for
There
this.
was no rehearsal.
This,
But did you notice this star just got fixed by his own gaze in the mirror?
I
Oh,
do.
that's
Listen, I
interesting.
get the joke that I'm a star
Yes.
and I'm vain.
It
Yes.
is a joke.
And that was the bit.
That was the bit.
I think it didn't land because people see me as a humble man.
Ah.
A man grounded, a man who is anything but star-like. I'm like a simple monk wandering the earth.
Oh my God, I
spreading
wish-
seeds of joy and wisdom. So
I wish I was
that's
a therapist.
okay. I wish you were too. Well, you could go to that medical school and have it shut down.
Yes.
You're a fine man, Dr. Arroyo.
Thank you, thank
And we
you.
will not judge you on whether this bit did well or did poorly.
Well, I'm assuming we're going to cut it in editing.
Oh,
and
no.
I will
No.
look like a rose. I will continue.
Mr. or I'm sorry,
Doctor.
Doctor.
Thank
I know
you.
that
Doctor is my birth name. I was christened Dr. Arroyo. That's how I can get away
your
with
Christian name is
it. My
Dr.
Christian
Arroyo.
name is Doctor.
You are a monster. Look what I'm doing. I'm spreading what you did there to here.
Yes.
And
yes.
this is, I think, a
There you
very
go.
wise thing I'm doing. Is,
Perfect.
But Dr. Arroyo, thank you very much. I know you're busy,
Yes.
he said sarcastically. And maybe we'll see you later on.
Sounds
at
good.
Summer S'mores.
I'm always here. I have
Is that a Motorola flip phone?
It's a Motorola flip phone. Yes, it's the latest.
You're getting a call from Gerald Ford. What's happening here?
I have an appointment. I will see you.
The latest. The latest from 1997.
Where are you going? You got an appointment?
I do.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a very nice pleasure meeting all of you. I'm going to need those sunglasses back, Sona.
Would you take the?
I will take the mirror.
Take the mirror bit away, and
yes.
also, but leave the LL Bean tripod.
Very good.
No one makes a tripod like LL Bean.
Can I have some of that sunscreen because I'm a little exposed here?
Of course.
Thank you.
Okay. Wow, you didn't even try to be inept.
All right.
And oh my God, that was Dr. Arroyo doing the best throw he could. Wow, that was terrible.
I hope there's no
Please show that again.
Replay.
I'm sure there's not an instant replay for that.
Replay.
Wow.
To see that again and to know that Dr. Arroyo wasn't trying to do something funny.
This is just cake frosting, by the way.
I know.
Yeah, it is.
It is. He stole that from a bakery somewhere. There's a very sad wedding cake. Dr. Arroyo,
Enjoy your summer, sir.
Dr. Arroyo, I think I've said goodbye to you 9 different times.
I think so. I will see myself
like a
out.
fart in an elevator. Get out of here.
I will move on right now. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Are those for anybody or?
We're not talking about these
Okay,
yet. That's
very
going to
good.
be a later segment.
I see.
I promise you there will be food available, and I'm sure your pockets are lined with tinfoil
Yes.
per usual.
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
a lot of cold cuts in there now.
All right.
Okay.
Isn't that the
Bye-bye.
sterile pocket?
Well, he's got food in there. It's
He's
got
got
to be
sterile salami. Well, it was
Oh my
nice to see
God.
Dr. Arroyo.
I love him so much.
I do.
He's a terrible, terrible physician.
He's really bad.
He's very bad, but
Yeah.
I keep him on,
He's
and
a
kids love
wonderful
him.
man.
And I can't wait till he has his own show,
Oh, okay.
so he doesn't come on ours. This is quite nice. I have to say,
we've
it's nice
really
to be
nice.
outside.
Lots of
and
good things coming up here for this series.
do we? I don't know. I want to say I'm going to be honest. I didn't give this any thought. I just came in, and I'm sure you've been scheming and scheming and scheming.
When
Gourley.
is the alcohol coming out?
That comes in the 3rd episode of these 4 outside.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've got s'mores, we've got a game or two, we've got alcohol, we've got more Dr. Arroyo if we need it.
All right, if we need it.
I need it.
I couldn't be happier. Summer S'mores is here again. As you know, I get as giddy as Satan at a terrible tragedy. I love it.
Oh my God.
What?
What?
I was just picturing Satan, and he's like, everyone's really sad because something bad happened.
Yeah.
And he's really happy.
Oh, he's really okay. I
Yeah.
thought because a lot of people died, and he's like, I get to take people to hell.
Well, it works anyway. Why are
Okay,
we talking
that's
about
true.
it?
This
I'm
is
sorry.
you giddy?
Yeah, I know. You seem very like.
I'm not giddy at all.
Yeah.
Those conduits are
I'm
really
not-
getting you down.
I
man.
don't know. It's the conduits draining me of my essential life force. But I am happy to be here. If I've come across in any way as tired of summer s'mores or jaded about everything in life because I've reached such high highs,
Okay.
I apologize.
Do you remember that last year at your place too? He was this way. He was a little
You were
cranky.
sick last year.
Yeah.
You were.
Was I?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
you
you
were
wouldn't
sick
admit you were
last year,
sick.
and you were. You were. Yeah.
How sick was I? What did I have?
You had like a cold.
Oh.
Like just a regular cold. But
I
it
don't
was-
believe in going, oh, no, I'm sick. I believe you tough it out.
That is absolutely not you. You're very like, I'm cold. I have a cold.
That's
Give me
that's
medicine.
That's the impression of me. I will take some medications.
Medicine. Yeah.
I'll take medications even when I'm not sick. I love pills and powders,
Oh, okay.
potions and oils. Oh, you just lazily. That was a summer s'mores rap sign if ever I've seen one.
Blay made this.
No,
It's
no,
very
I'm
nice.
saying you.
Yeah.
I looked at you. There was a long pause, and then you flipped it up, and it was upside down in a lazy manner. And I think that set the tone for maybe our last summer s'mores. Who can say?
This is
I don't
exactly
know.
what it should be. We are now arriving at what summer s'mores should be, which is because it used to be with Conan and the chill chums. So
Is it
it's
not still?
Well, it is, but we got to remember to put the chill back in summer.
What? What?
I don't know what's happening.
If you guys were chill enough, you'd go along with that. All right?
Oh.
Okay. Well, no one said this would be a good show.
No, you're right. About
Asking
that.
way too much. I love that I'm staring at the garbage here.
Jesus
You're
Christ,
just talking
man.
about things no one can see.
You're bringing
bro.
us
I can see it.
down.
I'm looking
No
right at
one
it. The
else can
gate's
see
open.
it.
That's
You're
our
Bumming
garbage.
us out. You're harshing our buzz.
I'm
I
sorry. I'm
know.
sorry. I love it back here. It's wonderful, and I can't wait for all of our Team Coco fans to come back here when we invite them all to this very small space. I'm going to wrap it up for now. This has been episode 2 of Summer S'mores 2025. Now, you know what it's like. Once we first get outside, it starts off a little kind of chill and mellow, and then it just starts to become a house of fire. This
It's
is gonna
when
be
you give me alcohol.
I know.
That's why you guys keep pushing it, but we should just bring it
We
out.
moved it up this year.
Let's bring
Move
it
it up
out.
even further.
Okay.
Well, I got to go make it. We're oh, it's not important, but
Yeah.
we did it on the 4th episode last time. This time we're going back to
Maybe
3.
the fans want us to start earlier. I don't know. If only there was some way we could check in with the fans.
Yeah.
But this is pre-internet, and
latest Motorola.
yeah. So we'll find out. But tune in to the next week for the 3rd installment of Chill Chums 25. This is Conan O'Brien talking to you from the the conduit-riddled backyard here at Team Coco. It's really it's incredible, this facility. It's incredible. It goes 700 miles underground. It's amazing. So we'll see you soon. And peace out. Be kind to those around you. What is life but a series of moments, and you have to enjoy each one?
I'm sorry, but you've said goodbye at least 10 times.
I'm sorry.
So I don't know how you can get on me about delaying my exit when you're doing... Okay.
See you next time. Thank you, Dr. Royo. You saved my life. So we're here.
Yeah.
And lovely, you've made some kind of a drink.
This is a cocktail I'm calling the chilled chum, like shark chum. It's bourbon,
Oh, wow.
pomegranate juice, lemon juice, and muddled strawberries. That's the chum. Yeah, and that's us. We're the chill chums. Look at, is this not living? This is how podcasting should be done. You're out on a fire. No, you're not on fire.
No.
No, fortunately, the fire's contained because of the good people at Solar Stove.
I didn't drive here. I'm gonna get fucked up.
Is that true? You didn't drive here?
I didn't drive.
How'd you get here?
Tack dropped me off. We have one car now, so we share a car, and he dropped me off. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to get home.
Hey, maybe I'll give you a ride home.
No, you won't.
I would.
No, because then you're gonna do a whole thing about I'm going further. How many favors am I gonna do for you this week?
Well,
and
how many favors have I done for you
You've
this
done
week?
a lot this week, especially.
Do you want to
Chief.
tell people on this, while we're sitting around this nice campfire and having this lovely cocktail that Gourley made, what the favor was that my wife and I did for you on Sunday?
On Sunday, you and Liza were. I asked you guys to be my kids' godparents, and you. But is that a favor?
No.
No, it's not.
That's
it's
a
not
disservice.
I really
No,
did.
it's
I
nice.
kept channeling Michael Corleone because they did have a part where they were saying, "Do you renounce evil?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking, "I'm evil incarnate."
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
I am. I'm the solidified gel of evil. I cannot. It was at a beautiful. Give you a little fun fact. If you're trying to picture out there this wonderful christening ceremony for Sona's twins, Michael and Charlie, one of the things that you can know is that the church was featured at the end of a very important film. Do you know which film it was?
Well, what church? Where are we talking?
It's
Montebello.
in Montebello, and it's an Armenian church. It's quite lovely.
Give me a hint.
It's not a real old movie. I want to say it's about 15 years old.
Yeah.
Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift.
Yes,
We have
very
to-
good. It was Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. No, it was Sideways. In the movie Sideways,
Oh,
at the end,
wow.
when Thomas Hayden Church gets married, he gets married at the very end of the movie after all their misadventures, when his nose is all banged up and his eyes are black and blue. They show him getting married at this beautiful Armenian church. That's the church.
Yeah, and the week before.
Well, I'm going to go ahead.
No, you can say it
No,
because
no.
I think the way you found out was actually.
It was really fun because we get there and the church is pretty empty. I'm there. I'm wearing a suit. My wife, as always, very beautifully turned out.
Beautiful.
And this priest comes out and he gestures to me to come backstage because, as the godfather, they want me to wear a ceremonial robe.
Yep.
And so it's a real thing. So they bring me back. The guy seems kind of pissed that I'm so tall.
Yeah.
So he's like, ugh. And he's going through this closet of robes.
so mad.
And he was like, suddenly he was a disgruntled wizard, like looking through robes. Like, And then finally he pulled out a robe and then he said,
wizard.
and he said, he's saying, your name is, and I said, Conan. And he went, yes. Conan was here last week too. And he says it in broken English, and I said, what? Conan Gray, the pop star, was here? And he said, no. He said, Conan here last week, and other Conan. And I'm like, there's no other Conan. Yeah. Trust me, I wish there was, but there's no other. We all wish there was a different Conan. But he said, no, Conan. And then he said, Matrix. And I said, Keanu.
Keanu?
And he went, yeah, Keanu. And I'm like, those are totally different names. But I realized I had to get on his good side if he's going to give me the robe. So I said, oh, yeah, that's a mistake people make all the time. They say, hey, Keanu Reeves. Oops, I'm sorry, I meant Conan O'Brien.
Because you guys look so much alike, too.
and we're both, incredibly handsome, rugged action stars.
Yeah.
He said yes, and then he found on his phone that it was in like the Montebello Chronicle, and it's a picture of Keanu Reeves standing like 5 feet from where I'm standing with the same priest.
Was he doing a christening, or were they shooting a movie?
Idea.
I don't know what he was doing.
I don't know. We have no idea.
Yeah.
Why hasn't he
was
been on the
there?
podcast?
I know.
Let's get him on there.
What are you talking about? We get to talk to everybody. Keanu will be here eventually.
Keanu, can you come on our podcast?
Please.
Yeah,
I bet he
please.
listens.
Yeah.
Well, he's clearly, I think, he came by to try and meet me, and he got his dates mixed up.
Well,
I
they
think-
say in the spy world, the best way to trail someone is to be ahead of them. So he was there a week ahead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keanu desperately wants to bump into me so he can drop the name of the podcast, my podcast, and sort of say, like, I like podcasts, dude. And then I can be like, I don't know. Okay, Keanu, if you think this is something you want to do. But anyway, so we go ahead and we have the ceremony. And it was really beautiful.
It was real. And you know what? They asked you if you wanted to say the words in English, and you had been practicing in Armenian. And you
Can we
said,
hear?
Well, I don't have. One of them was huis.
Yeah.
There was one that was, what's the really hard one?
Magurdutun.
Yeah. Magurdutun.
That's not hard.
Well, you say it if you've been drinking.
Oh,
I was drinking.
I have been drinking,
I had been
and I
drinking,
will not.
And I had taken a lot of pills in the parking lot that your brother gave
You
me.
had to be carried in to
Yeah.
the church to.
Her brother
God.
gave me a bunch
Baptize
of
my
weight
kids.
loss pills.
Jesus.
I was going to see her uncle. I was going to see her
Oh,
uncle
Jesus
who says
Christ.
I'm 10 pounds
Gotta let
overweight.
this go. You have to move on.
He went up to me. He came up to me.
Yeah, is there an update?
No, and he was like, Conan, remember me? And I'm like, yes, of course I remember you.
Every night.
You told me I could lose 10 pounds.
Yeah.
And we almost got into it in the parking lot.
What did he say? Does he still feel that way?
I don't know. It was a time for him to say you look good, or, I said that, but I got to say, now that I see you in daylight standing up, you look good. He didn't say anything.
Oh, we got to get him on the podcast.
No, we don't.
No?
No, it could get bad really
It's-
fast.
Really?
Well, so his English is not great, and he's been here for a long time. I don't know why it's so bad, but he
Okay.
he probably called you Keanu.
He said I was great in The Matrix. He said he loved me in Point Break.
You're great in the John Wick movies.
So I got to say, my wife killed it. Mm-hmm. She did a genius thing because
a job to do too.
Well, she doesn't have it's a patriarchal system. I'm just going to call it out.
It is.
So it's all like the male. I wear the robe. I'm the one who leads the way. I'm the one that's holding children. At one point, I couldn't hold both of them.
No, you couldn't.
They're just devils.
Oh,
devils.
okay. Or they're too heavy.
Well, no, it's just like holding two.
You can't.
Imagine two really powerful juicing blenders that were turned on at the same time.
Yeah, I did just
that are
meet
filled
them.
with rocks,
Yeah.
and you're trying to hold on to them. Just animals, more
We
animals
put
than
them
that.
down on our living room
They're
floor
too
and
weak.
quickly learned what we had to childproof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was both of them. Each one of her children needs to be childproofed against the other. So, no, but so the day before,
Yeah.
we had a bat mitzvah that we went to the day before. And so we were just killing it this weekend with lots of things that we went to. And we come back from the bat mitzvah and I'm exhausted. And I was like, I'm just going to go lie down. And my wife said, well, I'm going to run to the toy store and pick up some little toys that will help distract Sona's kids when they melt down during the christening.
Oh,
And I was
brilliant.
like, oh, that's not going to happen. I'm just going to take a nap. And I passed out I'd been shot with a blow dart. And she shows up and she's bought all these little things and she put them in her purse. And sure enough, at the very beginning of the ceremony, I think when they saw the crucifix, these two start shrieking and steaming, like
No, they don't.
burning.
They're just getting restless.
And their eyes were like little red coals.
Oh my God.
And they went, we will return. We will return. And they scuttled.
first word.
They scuttled up the sides of the church. And they went, we will return. Return, we will. Mark me. No, but my wife, Liza, God bless her, she reaches into her purse and she takes out 2 finger puppets.
Oh my
One is a
God.
little silver robot.
Oh my God.
And one is a little, like a dragon. And
Brilliant.
she starts doing this, and both of them are like, and then they're like, oh, behold. And they take these 2 finger puppets and they put them in their mouths, and they were angels the rest of the time.
They got dunked in with holding these finger puppets.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't let them go.
Those are vintage, by the way. They're made of asbestos.
Oh, good.
You wanna
Okay,
have
they
those.
ate it up.
Let's do a little review the reviewers. This is where I go to Apple Podcasts and I pull a review and we talk about it and see how good people are doing at reviewing our show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, this is where we get to judge their judgment of us.
Essentially, although this one is a bit more of what would I call it? Like I got an axe to grind.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All right.
This is from Schmoopy. It's 5-star review. And this is just representative of many comments we've gotten.
All right.
A while back, we did an episode, a Conan O'Brien Needs a Fan episode, where I mentioned Ink-a-Dink, a bottle of ink, and you all looked at me like I was crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, people are coming out of the woodwork to defend me.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Stupid.
It's nice to know. And you know what? If anyone should defend you, it's Schmoopy. It's not often you hear Schmoopy to the rescue.
Well, also Terry Bagels and Gefiv.
Well,
And
no man is an island.
Freaky Fritz and Sean the Bomb 07.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You
Okay,
stand.
so here's one of the
Those are your
reviews.
apostles. You're quite the religious leader.
Matt is right. We did this every time we played hide and seek or ghost in the graveyard to see who was it. We actually had one more verse to it as well. Ink-a-dink, a bottle of ink, the cork fell out and you stink. Not because you're dirty, not because you're clean, just because you kissed a girl behind a magazine. Love your podcast, love the Chill Chums, and Conan is okay too.
Ugh.
Behind a magazine.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't want
weird.
this person as a fan.
That was not something I remember.
How about who says, time for our little sexual indiscretion? Meet me behind the magazine. What does that even mean?
I don't know.
I
That was
don't
not in the
know.
version I had as a kid.
What's Ghosts in the Graveyard?
I don't know that one
Is
either.
that a thing?
It must be.
I've
I
never
don't
heard
know.
of Inka-Dinka, but I think some of these things are regional.
Yeah.
I remember when we would play like a game of, touch football on the street when I was growing up. This is like the early 1970s. And again, I live in Brookline. I lived in Brookline, Massachusetts, which is right up against Boston. So it's the closest town to Boston, really. We would play a pickup game. And if there was any kind of dispute, like that was a foul, you fouled him, or no fair, you interfered, whatever, any kind of, or no, you were out of bounds because you stepped over towards the Sice's lawn rather than staying on Kennard Road. Whenever people said stuff like that, if you wanted to passive aggressively tell the other side, okay, you can have it, you'd say, let them have it. Let the babies have their orange juice.
Oh.
I remember we all said that. I remember that was something people said just in our area
And
of
people
town.
took offense to that. Like they understood it was.
Oh,
it was
they
serious.
understood, like, no, he really was out. No, it's fine. Okay. Yeah, I was out. Let the babies have their orange juice. And I remember saying that with great conviction.
Wow.
And then, of course, living in different parts of the country.
You tried
And
saying
nobody
it?
says that.
Oh, okay. I thought you tried saying it to someone and they were like,
no, it is. I'm
I
sure
like
I've-
orange juice.
I'm sure I've said that.
Wow.
I'm sure I have tried that in LA throughout my career, whether I was in New York or LA, and someone said, no, that joke doesn't belong in the sketch. It shouldn't be there. Okay. Let the baby have his orange juice. And I'm sure people just said, oh, what? First of all, orange juice is not something you give to a baby.
No.
It's way too high in
Not,
sugar,
no.
way
Yeah.
too acidic.
Yeah.
So the more I've learned about babies, the more I've realized that it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
The baby doesn't want the orange juice. You know, whether you're on a cross-country drive or on your daily commute, time in the car is perfect for listening to podcasts like, I don't know, this one. T-Mobile covers more highway miles with 5G than anyone. Their network helps keep you connected to all your favorite podcasts when you're out and about. Mm-hmm. I got to tell you, I like to road trip sometimes.
I do too, and I have T-Mobile, and I can honestly say there's coverage.
That's important. Like, there's been times in my life where I'm out on the road, driving around, and especially on those family trips, you're out in the desert, you want to make sure you have that coverage.
Yeah, what if you get, like, your car breaks down, and you're just there?
Sitting there like a chump?
Yeah.
With no coverage?
Yeah.
Not this guy. I've got T-Mobile, got 5G. Find out more at T-Mobile.com/CY. That's SEEWHY.
Did you have an apple peaches pumpkin pie? Whoever's not ready, holler I.
No, I grew up in the
that's the
20th
song
century.
Yeah.
What was it?
You guys, nobody makes me feel more like a child of immigrants than the two of you.
So
You
you and
guys
I-
are, this is a lot.
Bubblegum.
What's that one, Eduardo?
Bubblegum in a dish. How many pieces do you wish?
Yeah.
1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. What's up, my bro?
What?
I don't think it went what's
I
up.
don't
No?
think it went, what's
I
up,
might
my
have
bro?
attacked
Yeah,
that
I don't
one.
think you should ever say "What's up, my bro."
Or eeny, the classic, right? Eeny, meeny,
Yeah.
miny,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yeah, catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers,
let
well,
him
that goes
pay.
back to like
Yeah, I know that
that
one.
goes
see?
that goes back
You know,
to the
son.
Civil War.
Yeah.
You know.
But the ones they're saying, do you know them?
No.
You're a child of immigrants like I am.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
this is
Well,
real
which
white.
ones do you know, Eduardo?
Superman, fly away.
I know Superman.
Well, let's hear it. You're
That
so
was it.
tentative.
That was
That's
it.
Yeah.
What?
You're never going to make it in this country, Eduardo, if that's all you've got.
Yeah.
Superman, fly away.
was more
And
like
what else have you got? That's it. Get out of my country. USA.
Did you say no cuts, no butts, no coconuts when people would
yeah.
when cut in line in
I've
front of
heard
you?
it. I
Okay.
never said
Yeah.
it, but
I
it was
know that
said,
one.
Yeah, said
Okay.
to me.
I don't know. That's one I know. There you go. I'm
These
American.
are the things that should be on the citizenship test when you enter the country. you
No,
know?
it should not.
you're right. It shouldn't
yeah.
be.
No,
Yeah.
no, it shouldn't be.
No, we're doing a list of what shouldn't be on the citizenship
Yes.
list.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Like, let the baby have their orange juice. I think people can go in this world
Maybe
without
that's just a
knowing that.
Boston thing. I don't
Must
know.
be. That's a weird one.
It's really weird. Let the babies. And I remember saying it with great, sort of intensity.
Yeah.
Let the babies have their orange juice. We shall move on.
Wow.
What a stupid thing to say.
Yeah.
God, I was stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if we've arrived at any conclusion here,
It's that I'm the idiot and that you, with your Inca Dinka
bottle
of ink,
Yeah.
there's a guy, I think he stinks.
The cork fell
if he
out. and you
buys, if he
stink.
buys a coat, I hope it's mink.
No. Now you're mocking.
What's up, bro?
What's up, bro? Hey,
He
go
needs
have
mental
some
health.
orange
Like he
juice,
should
you
see a
baby.
shrink.
Go have some orange juice. What?
You baby.
Yeah. Ipsy dipsy daddly do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was young, but then I grew. My favorite food was beef au jus.
There's always beef action with you.
I'm in Britain. I've got to use the loo. That's the one I'm going to use. That's what I'm using.
I
From
want
now on.
to see how far it can go.
Can you remember it? Do you remember what I said?
Ipsy
Not a word.
bipsy bodily boo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was young, but then I grew.
Yeah.
My favorite food was beef au jus.
I was in England and I used the loo.
Yeah, when I'm in England, I use the loo.
How did I forgot it immediately after
But
you
why
said
can't that become legitimate?
They
Why, I
can.
want to hear kids saying that.
it? Okay, because
Ipsy bipsy bodily boo.
yeah.
I was a child, but then I grew.
Okay.
My favorite food is beef au jus.
That's where I think where you lose everybody.
I don't think so.
Okay, if you say so.
Oh, you know what? I was on I had to play the stage at Bonnaroo, the main stage. You were there for
I
this.
was for when you were on tour.
When I was on tour, and it was a sea. It was just that reverse shot you see at like Woodstock, where
Yeah.
all you see is people, and then in the distance you see some towers with lights.
Yeah.
And I had to go out there, and I remembered there's no subtlety. This is a crowd that can hear plugged in rock and roll through giant stacks. You can't go out there in front of that crowd. So I remembered what they liked was when I'd come out and I'd go like, Bonnaroo, how do you do? And they'd go, roar. And I did a couple of variations of that. And then I'll never forget, and I had this microphone where I went, let's go get some beef au jus. Hundreds of thousands of people suddenly got very quiet. I knew it was time to
imagine
say.
them parting down the middle and leaving.
I remember when you did that, you came back and you're like, all I have to do is ask questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? It was a lot of that. I realized that's what they like.
Yeah, just questions.
You know what? When you start rhyming beef au jus, it's time to it's time to bring Pink out there, you know? Let's jump Pink! Remember Nas?
Yeah, I do.
I was like,
It's not time to bring Pink out. I think it's time for you to go into a home.
Yeah, it's time for me to go.
Yeah.
All right. God bless. Godspeed. Get some beef out. Inca Dinka.
Bottle of ink, the cork fell out.
No. Beef au jus.
I believe it was the David Sedaris episode where you discussed colonoscopies, and I think you may have even discussed it on more than one occasion. You actually discuss it too much, I think. But
It's not the colonoscopy that I bring up so much as the drug they give you.
yeah, the propofol.
You have the colonoscopy, the propofol, which it's the happiest I've ever been in life.
Mhm.
And it's a high that I'd like to get back to. And so I'm constantly calling my doctor and saying, shouldn't I have another colonoscopy?
Yeah.
And the doctor's saying, you were here a week ago. And I'm saying, I'm just concerned. I think we got to get back in there.
So I was digging through the voicemails, and apparently on Google, there's also a text and picture option. And this guy named Ray sent this message in, and it just says, so that you guys know I'm on the same crazy wavelength as you guys. I had a colonoscopy today and had something written on my butt cheek to surprise the doctor, and the doctor wrote back on it. So first I'm going to show you this, and we'll put this up on the Team Coco podcast
Let's take
social
a look.
media, but even though this is visual, this is worth sharing, I think. So he wrote, "Hi doc, be gentle." And then the doctor wrote back in full black marker, "I was," happy face.
And he made a happy face. This is not a way for people to communicate. I don't think the good Lord gave us two buttock so that we could have a message on one side and a response on the other. That's insane. Hi doc,
really
be
something.
gentle. And then he wrote, "I was."
Yeah.
This is this man's butt?
Yes.
This is this man's bottom.
Okay.
And I don't know. I'm not that confident going into any kind of procedure where I'm going to be out, where I'm going to write a funny message. Like, can you imagine if I needed some procedure on my heart and they're like, well, we're going to put you under. You have a pretty good chance, Conan, 80% of the time this goes well. We're going to crack your chest, get in there and mess around with your right ventricle. And then the doctor, I get in and they remove the robe when I'm passed out. And I've got a goofy message or series of cartoons that I've written out, Oh, doctor, here's the key to my heart.
Oh, man.
Or you had a gastric bypass, but 8 alphabets in a specific order.
Yeah. It's
I don't know where.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get my point.
Yeah, I do get your point. That would be very hard to eat them in a certain order and then hope
Backwards.
hope
You would have
that
to be
the
backwards.
hope that they lined up
Yeah.
in your GI tract in the correct order. What if it was a really complicated sentence and you got it all right except one word was backwards? So it was like, "Hello, doctor. Good luck on your fishing expedition." Instead of expedition. And the doctor was like, "Oh, you fucked up. You ate the alphabet in the wrong order."
I can't make it out.
And you're swallowing these letters whole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Like,
you have
you're
to
not
do them in
chewing
reverse
You
order.
can't chew them. You can't chew them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know. I think this whole thing is a dangerous precedent of leaving funny gag messages, essentially Easter eggs for your surgeon to find, because I want my surgeon focused like a laser beam on the task at hand. And if the surgeon is trying to think of a funny response to the quip that I wrote
Right.
on my heart, then what if that distracts the doctor? What if the doctor's like, "Oh man, Conan had a pretty funny joke
Yep.
stenciled onto his chest.
I don't
Damn,
know.
I got to come up with something. Doctor, are you okay? We should probably do this quickly. He's bleeding out." Hold on a second. That's a funny way to come back at Conan. Yeah, you think so, buddy? No, that's not funny. Doctor, his blood pressure is dropping rapidly. Hold on a second. Excuse me, nurse. This is to be funny. It's got to be, how about, yeah, you wish. No. Wait, do I capitalize the you to show I'm being sarcastic? No.
You died.
Conan O'Brien's gone, sir. I just figured it out. I just got it. Yeah, I worry about that. I don't know. I don't want the
I like it.
Oh, you like the scenario where I leave this earth?
No, I like I think that this guy does colonoscopies probably a lot, and he sees a lot of butts that have no messages on it. And then he sees this one and he's like, oh, somebody actually like thought about me.
Yeah.
And
now he's into it, so people don't even leave him a message, and he just writes on everybody's butt after it's over, like, another Dr. Anderson colonoscopy.
Yeah.
And it's got his signature and a little logo.
Yeah. I like that. I like the idea that maybe you're right. Maybe it's nice if we started writing messages to doctors on our bodies. Maybe I'm overthinking.
Yeah,
maybe it's nice
time.
to just start writing messages like, good luck, doc. And remember, if you screw it up, there's plenty more O'Briens where this one came from.
Good luck, Doc. It's a jungle in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Good luck, Doc. You do not. Wait till you see what I had. I did not fast, Doc.
Welcome to the yard sale.
Welcome to the jungle. I ate a burrito last night. Welcome to the jungle. You're in for quite a fright. I'm sorry. Just playing pranks on a guy who's doing your colonoscopy by not fasting and then eating all kinds of crazy stuff. I swallowed a parking meter. Good luck. I don't know why I'm even doing that voice. Why is Axl Rose doing this now? Stupid. Well, anyway, good luck. I mean, congratulations on your fun buttocks prank. You sure showed that colonoscopy giver.
the doctor?
Doctor, I could have said, but I wanted to be more specific.
That was not it.
I know.
Well, I have some very urgent news to report.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
You got your urgent news hats on? Because this is big
So
stuff.
important. This must be so important.
It is important.
Sounds serious.
Yeah.
Last week, I was in the Larchmont area of Los Angeles with our producing deity, the God. He's the man behind the scenes who pulls the strings, Mr. Adam Sachs. We were at this meeting in a building, and it was a listen, this is going somewhere important.
I'm sorry, we were in this meeting in a
We were in
building.
this meeting in a building in Larchmont. And of course, everyone's socially distancing. There's not that many people there. We've got our masks on. It's all very safe. And then we realize there's a balcony. So we go out on the balcony just to be able to breathe some air. And it's Adam Sachs and I on the balcony. And we're on the third floor, not that high up on a balcony. And I look down and there's a young couple. I want to say a man and a woman. I'm going to say in their late 20s, maybe 25, 28, 29. And they've been standing there and they're just looking up. And I walk out on the balcony, and just as they see me, the guy says, Kadakai!
Yes.
As God made her!
Oh, this makes me so happy.
And I was on top of this balcony like Mussolini, and I was like, yes! And they were like, yay! And then I went, Kadakai! And they said, Kadakai! And I'm like, I don't know. It's nothing expresses the power
Ugh.
of a podcast more than that insane moment. I mean, we're in a
No.
This country has so many problems, so many things to deal with.
And you can use this for good, and instead you use it so people yell this thing at you.
I could be distributing valuable information
Yeah.
on how you can go to certain websites to get the vaccine, where you can go, how many times you should wash your hands. There's all kinds of good I could be doing. Instead, I've spread this foolishness across where once the dean of the Actors Studio, Mr. James Lipton, I was at a dinner with him, and he pointed up to a painting of his wife in the nude and wrote, Kadakai, as God made her. And I said that, and I'm obsessed with it. And then I sort of challenged people, and I've had people since come up to me and yell it at me, once at the Largo Theater through a gate. And they yell it as if they've come up with the secret word that will save the earth.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they say it. And these people were, I think, had seen me go into the building, and I think they waited.
Oh, that's
I
good.
think
Oh.
they waited. And they were like, he might come out at some point, and we've been told we have to do this.
That's dedication. I applaud them.
I don't know who you people are. You were in the Larchmont area, but God bless you.
Yeah.
You filled my head with delusions, and you're keeping me going for another year.
Let's do some voicemails. Let's do a voicemail.
What was wrong with the first one?
Because we're not doing more than one.
Okay. Both of them sounded horrible.
Can the doctor also check Gordon?
Yeah. I keep begging a neurologist to diagnose me, and then I think while they're here, they can check out Gourley.
Yeah.
Yes, voicemail it is.
All
Let's
right.
have at it.
Eduardo.
Hi, Conan. My name is Rebecca, and I live in Worcester, Massachusetts, which I know you're very familiar with, right? I actually am listening to you right now, and I paused the episode because I got so excited. You said that your new podcast facility has a birthing center in it, and I am 34 weeks pregnant. So I'm due on March 15th, which is about 5 weeks away. So I didn't know if maybe, since you are a doula, I could be the first person to give birth in your new facility. Thanks for considering that. I love your show. I listen every single week. Bye-bye.
Well, I have a lot to say. First of all, congratulations, Rebecca. And my greetings to everyone in Worcester, Massachusetts. That is the town in sort of south central Massachusetts where pretty much my entire family is from on both sides. And I still have a lot of family in Worcester. And so many of my father, uncles all went to Holy Cross College. So Worcester looms large in my memory and in my heart. Mm-hmm. Rebecca, when I said that there was a birthing center here at the Larchmont Studios, I was lying. There isn't an actual birthing center. I apologize. I think I got off on one of my crazy riffs or tangents. Maybe I was talking in an aspirational way. Do you recall me saying we had a birthing center?
I think it was me.
It was with Kelly Coco.
Yeah.
And who said we had a birthing center? Was it myself? I never lie about birthing centers. That's just part of.
No, maybe it was Matt.
Well, it doesn't matter.
But this recording studio used to be an OBGY, wasn't it?
No.
No.
We were just making a joke on the
wasn't
Kelly
it a-
Coco.
No. It was just it was an office. It was a place where people met and did business.
It
But
was
no.
like a woman's run work collective.
Yeah.
But I'm talking before Jane Club.
Before Jane Club,
Before
and
Jane Club.
OBGYN lived in this space, and that's why they had the octagonal room.
That's
because
right.
they wanted to be able to sleep in off hours.
Wait, I didn't know that.
It's constructed
So-
like a womb.
Wait, Adam, do you just want to say that?
Are
on
you
mic?
serious?
Yeah. Oh, Adam, get on mic and say this clearly and cleanly.
What is happening?
So yeah, here we go.
Wait a minute. This is interesting. Adam Sachs is getting on mic. Adam, tell us
So
what the story
when
is.
we got the space, it was immediately before us was the Jane Club, which was a co-working space for working moms, kind of like a WeWork for working moms. There was a childcare area where working moms could bring their kids. But before that, I think it was owned, my understanding, owned by an OBGYN who worked obviously like crazy hours around the clock. And so this actual studio, before we moved in here, was shaped like, if you, I don't know if you remember, it was octagonal in shape. It had like padded walls, and they wanted it to be soundproofed and black and quiet so that when the doctor came home, she could sleep at any time.
Oh, it wasn't for pregnant women.
No. It was
just
a personal home.
It was for the doctor, the OBGYN, to be able to sleep because she kept strange hours. Got it.
Yes.
But either way, I think there was a very nurturing energy in this room that we've carried that forward.
Can't any room be a birthing room? Do you really need the like sterile stuff? Can it just?
Excuse me. We just consult 180 years of proven medical history. Let's see, Dr. Lister. Yeah. No, you need a sterile
But
environment.
you know, I mean, what about like there's a lot of women who just can't wait till they get to the hospital. We can be that kind of space. Hey, do you want to give birth in an area that reminds you of giving birth in like a hotel lobby? You can come here where
if
nothing
someone
is sterile.
So what you're basically saying is someone should make a plan to come here and have a baby in an unsterile environment?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
if that's how we're going to do it.
Rebecca, listen, first of all, I'm thinking of you and this birth that's coming on March 15th, but you should definitely not have your baby here at our Larchmont facility. It is not a sterile environment. And in fact, boy, are we slobs.
Yeah.
I mean, right?
No. What?
We are.
It's very nice and neat
No,
here.
there's a kitchen right
But
out here. and
also,
people-
Erica Brown runs a very tight ship. If
Erica
she
Brown-
sees you leave a glass, and it doesn't matter if it's you or anybody, she'll
yells.
make you pick it up.
That's true, but I'm constantly knocking food out of your hands, so there's probably crumbs everywhere.
There are.
And
Maybe stop so people could have babies here.
That's finally a good reason for me not to knock food
Thank you.
out of a grown woman and mother of two's hands.
Yes, thank you.
It's something that we could look into because we do have, we're pretty much using every room here now. I don't think there's a space in this facility that we could convert into a birthing room.
But how would you feel about being a doula? Because I think Rebecca mentioned that you could
I'm
be
cool
a
with
doula.
that, you know?
So you could be there present at birth helping women deliver.
Listen, I was quite present and involved in the birth of both of my children. I think I'm a natural doula. I did shriek the whole time.
Yeah.
And had to be physically restrained by orderlies. But other than that, I think I'd be a fine doula. And
Terrible.
What are you talking about? I'd be cracking them jokes and doing bits. Oh, and delivering the baby as a character. Yeah, I'm an old gold miner.
That's part of it. But also, you're very squeamish about female bodies. And, you're just kind of so repressed that you'd be like, do I have to look at your vagina when it comes out?
Oh, I wouldn't be near the vagina, just where
Oh.
the baby comes out.
What? Do you know how it works?
The stork shoot.
Yeah. There's a door.
What door? Where's the door?
Upper, middle, back. I blacked out for both babies, and then that's what they told me later on. That's what happened. It's a mahogany door, and it's got a little
Drawn on in magic marker.
Yeah, and it's got a little knocker, and door opens, and the baby walks out wearing a top hat, and says, "Let the life begin."
No.
I actually don't have the heart to break it to you. Let's go with that. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I think that's a better story. I'm sticking with it.
Okay.
Anyway, any birth that involves a mahogany door between the shoulder blades, I'm fine with. But I'm not getting near any vagina! That's not happening, Rebecca! That's not happening, Rebecca! Anyway, Rebecca, thinking of you and your new arrival, and very happy for you. Conan here. Got a little segment to do, and I don't know anything about this segment because Matt Gourley has some scheme up his sleeve. What's up?
A long time ago, I don't know if you remember this, we actually I think you did a riff about inspirational posters that you might see in like a grade school class or something, but with some unexpected phrases on them.
Uh-huh.
Well, a wonderful, wonderful listener named Timothy Sanders, who has some of the nicest penmanship I've ever seen.
Beautiful. Looks like a Cyrillic typewriter.
Has taken it upon himself to make some of these.
No.
Starting with these lovely turtles. You're the one that you knew you had to be.
Oh, are these ones that we said on the air?
Yeah.
I was making up bullshit.
Yes.
Those are great.
Watch yourself get married.
With a glass of water. That's fantastic.
Whatever you think you were, that is what it was.
So stupid.
That's a Volkswagen thing, I believe.
Oh my
Popular
God.
car in the 70s.
Oh. A story of spontaneous podcast banter. Tomorrow is yesterday's idea of what you ate. A Team Coco paperback.
Uh-huh.
You can't judge yourself from within.
Well, that's actually a good one.
Yeah.
And I love that cat just hanging in there.
Is it good? Does
Yeah.
it make sense?
Sure it does.
Okay. I don't know if it does.
Sunshine is the regret you used to know during daylight.
Are these
Pharaoh.
ones we said? I'm not
Some
sure
of
they
them
were.
are. Some of
Are
them
these
are.
AI?
I remember this. You did this.
Who farted? William Thackeray. Yes. Back that shit up, of course, Jane Austen.
That's my favorite one.
I remember that one. Now it's coming back to me.
If you're listening too, you can check these out on YouTube.
Yeah, these are fun.
Oh my God.
Drop it like it's hot ho. Of course, Melville during his drop it like it's hot phase.
And finally,
I'd hit that. Mary Todd Lincoln.
and a picture of sexy Lincoln.
Those are great.
Yeah, aren't those amazing?
He is sexy in that picture. Yeah, I'd hit that for sure. Look at that.
You'd hit that?
No, I don't think you would. He's very depressed.
I mean, look at his face.
Morose.
He's got great bone structure. Nice high cheekbones.
6'4", just like your friend
don't
Conan.
compare yourselves.
Was there some question about his sexuality at some point too?
I think everyone's sexuality is questioned at a certain point. Yes, someone wrote a book, and I think a lot of it was based on the fact that Lincoln shared a bed when he was on the circuit, but then it was revealed that everyone had to share beds back then. So just because you shared a bed, I mean, I regularly share a bed with a good friend of mine.
Who's that?
Eric Reif. Well, anyway, that's our business. It's good friends. And when we're on the circuit together riding, sometimes you come to an inn and you have to share.
What circuit? What is this? The vaudeville circuit? What do you?
I'm just making shit up.
Yeah,
this is babble.
Did you guys sleep in bunk beds when you were in college?
We did freshman year.
Who was on top?
I was on top.
That's fun.
He was on the bottom.
I like that top bunk too.
No, I love the top bunk. It's like, I'm way up high. And this is as a freshman in college. I was like, yay, I'm up high.
Yeah, I can't believe you guys didn't have bunk beds growing up in your house.
My brothers and I slept 3 in a room for a while.
Yeah, that's why I'm
before
surprised.
Justin was born. So it was Neil and Luke were in twin beds, and I was in a cot at the foot of their bed for a bunch of years.
That is the saddest
And my
thing
cot
I've
was
ever
up
heard.
against the wall. And my mother used to put us, this is, way back in the day, she'd put us in these little brown shoes with hard, heels. Kids today all wear sneakers, but back then, if in the mid 1960s or whatever, they give you these little brown shoes that you wore. And my mother would make me take a nap every day at 3 in the afternoon, and I didn't want to take a nap. So I put my back on the bed, and with my shoes on, I would kick at the wall with my heels.
Why were you napping with shoes on?
Because I wouldn't take them off, because I'm not going to kick the wall with my bare feet. And my mom would just let me kick it out, and I swear to God, the wall has since been replastered and repainted, but part of me wants to go back to that house in Brookline, Massachusetts, because my parents still live there, and I want to take off the paint, and you will see little Conan feet that are crushed into the plaster because I was so enraged that I was being told I had to take a nap at 3. Now I would love it if someone told me to go take a nap at 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cots are small. Did your feet dangle off the end?
Yeah, I was a little boy. Sona, when someone's a little boy, they aren't who they are now, wearing tiny clothes.
I know, but you also...
You're thinking it's like a sketch. Here comes baby Conan. Hi, everybody. I'm wearing a diaper and goo goo gaga. Duck your head, 6'4" Conan baby. No, I was a little boy, and then I grew over the years.
Yeah, then when you grew, because you lived at home till you went to college, so where did you sleep? Did you still
eventually
sleep
I got
on the
moved up to the attic.
That's right. Okay.
They moved me to the attic.
They banished you.
Well, it was a controversial move. Everyone else agreed it was the right place for me.
I see.
I was at the end of a long hall in the attic.
Who should we send to the attic?
All I wanted was a desk up there and a bunch of rubber stamps because I wanted to stamp papers.
Oh my God.
And I was obsessed with having a little office, and I was always like, I've got to go tend to my affairs. Bing, 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 and I had signed papers, and I had some stamps that meant nothing, like remit,
put rubber stamps on the soles of your shoes.
I know. Stupid. What a weird kid.
What a weird man.
I was Tuesday Adams long before Tuesday Adams. What? Anyway, I grew up in
Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry.
Tuesday.
I just got off
from the show The Anders Family?
No.
Okay, we found that something very interesting happened with a fan of yours, and more specifically, some merchandise from this podcast.
Okay.
And this comes from Instagram. We're going to take a listen to it or watch it if you're watching this on YouTube.
Okay, let's take a look.
I fought a burglar for wearing my Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend t-shirt. There was a man in my house. And I told him, this is my house. Get out. Then I saw he was wearing my Conan O'Brien t-shirt. I ordered him to take it off. He did not. And so I did a stupid thing, and I went up to him. I pushed him a little bit and yanked the shirt right off of him. You might be thinking, yeah, that is stupid. Why would you react that way? It's just a shirt. And I think it's partially because what that shirt represented to me at that time. All the comedians I had watched, I told them they They saved me. When I saw him wearing a shirt that represented why I like living. I love laughing, I love comedy, I love all of that. All the friends that I've made. I snapped. Oh my God, happiest day of my life. I did meet him. Best day of 2024. He still doesn't know the story because he just signed my shirt, took this picture, and left. It was like midnight.
So this comes to us from an Instagram user named True Travels of Hope. My first thought is that were you the burglar just trying to get the shirt?
Yes, I do try to reuse merchandise as much as possible. So whenever, because we know where our merchandise is sent. And so I try to go there. So I'm often in my downtime patrolling the Midwest, the southern states, the Southwest, and the Pacific Northwest, looking for people wearing Conan merch. And I just try to reclaim it as best I can so we can sell it a second time.
That's what it was.
And I do sometimes take other stuff while I'm in the houses.
Might as well. I
Yeah.
noticed because she's wearing one of those shirts for the podcast that say, I feel blank about being Conan O'Brien's friend. And there's a spot where you can literally fill it in with a marker, and she has not done
No,
that
she's
yet.
still not sure how she feels. Well, what do we think of this story?
I really wish she wouldn't have confronted this robber.
Yes, I'm going to say that too. I think, and I want to say this to all my fans. If someone, and first of all, let me start by saying to this woman,
True Travels of Hope.
True Travels of Hope. I want to say to True Travels of Hope that I very much appreciate that you're a loyal fan and that our nonsense has meant something to you. And so this comes from the bottom of my heart. Our merchandise is not worth risking your life for. No. This is very shoddy material. It's often repurposed.
Some of it might be toxic and endangering your life.
Exactly. Yeah. That's an old Friday Night Lights shirt that we spray painted over using an out of date spray paint. So no, do not risk your life. Do not approach a burglar. If anyone approaches you and says, give me that Conan O'Brien merch, just give it up. Just give it up.
Funny, you should say that she shouldn't approach him because I feel like the first thing that you would
I would
do,
absolutely approach him.
Not for a Conan O'Brien shirt.
Not for, no. But like.
But if someone was wearing like your Cher shirt.
Oh, if someone was in my house
Mhm.
and like, first of all, he just put a shirt on.
I know.
Also, here's another thing. She said she ripped it off. Like he's a stripper.
Like
it's a tearaway shirt.
I think the shirts are so threadbare and cheap that you can just rip them off.
Or most people that own Conan merch are so, and I'm speaking about myself in the third person, so love Conan that they rarely take it off and it becomes threadbare more quickly, hence easily to tear. So I think that's a possibility. I don't know. I don't think people should be risking their lives for Conan merch.
No.
Especially the mugs. I mean, the mugs often explode. That's been proven.
Mugs could be good weapons.
Yeah. No, not our mugs.
No.
They just turn to powder the minute you hit someone. But it's nice. She did say we met, but she doesn't say where we met. She said it was midnight, and I can't tell from the picture where we were. So maybe it's when I broke back into the house to get the shirt back after my initial failed attempt.
It would have been really funny if you were just like an absolute dick to her. If you were just like, oh, I don't like taking pictures.
But that's the opposite.
Dumb fans.
He broke back into the house so he could get a selfie and so he could
You
force
realize
her to
I'm
sign
the guy that asks people, would you like a selfie?
Yes.
When often they don't even have a phone.
Like the
near them.
sirens are down the street and he breaks back in going, I haven't signed your shirt yet.
Would you like me to sign it? That would be more likely.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm glad she got her shirt back.
I'm glad she's okay.
I'm glad she's okay. But I do think we should take a lesson away from this that look, if it's Marvel merchandise, yes, fight for your life to get it back.
That's the weird thing. What's the motivation of the burglar? This is what they decide to take?
Well, first of all, okay, now you're being a dick.
Well, I'm on this podcast
When I
too.
used to steal,
Yes.
I used to just be like, can I do it?
Oh.
And so it wasn't about
But Sona,
what
this
I
is
was
like-
stealing.
this is-
It was about and also I got
The
very
thrill.
arrogant. Like I would wear a bracelet in the store and I'd just be like, I'm going to walk out wearing the bracelet.
I remember once Sona Sona and I were in Worcester, Massachusetts, and there is an armory there, and there's an armor museum, a museum of like Flemish, British, French armor from 18th and 19th century. And we were in there, and this is during Sona's, let me see if I can get away with this phase. Sona walked out wearing a full suit of armor.
If you act like you were wearing it in, they would just be like, oh, she's just leaving in the outfit.
It was from 1622. And it had all this fancy filigree on it. And so the guy said, excuse me, miss, I think you're... And she was like, what? What? I was wearing this on the way in. You're racist.
Oh, my God.
Remember when you said you're racist?
No.
And you had the visor down, so he didn't even know, right? He didn't know who you were.
Right? Look.
He had a real thing against Flemish.
I liked just like showing, hey, I just took it.
Yeah.
And it's, most of the time, if you walk out confidently, people are just going to be like, okay,
it was a
belongs
suit
to her.
of armor that you stole from Worcester, Massachusetts, and you should give it back.
That was such a build up to what you were going to say. There was so much just information.
Well, listen,
what
always appreciate.
Museum did we go to?
There's a. Can you look up the the Museum of Armor?
We're fact checking this.
Yes,
this fake story.
It's not
happening?
fake. It really happened.
It really happened.
Worcester, Massachusetts, Museum of Armor. Come on. What do you mean I'm working on it over
I had
here?
A headband.
Higgins Armory?
Yes! Higgins Armory. It was the one thing when I would go visit my cousins, every time my aunt would say, it would be raining out, and we'd be like, we got nothing to do, and what is there to do in Worcester? And she'd say, go to the Museum of Armor.
Oh, my God.
And so we'd drive over to the Higgins Museum of Armor, and there was no attempt to make it look interesting, just literally a giant warehouse, and someone had lots of suits of armor that they just laid out. They didn't even put mannequins in them.
I feel like you would enjoy that, though. Did you act like you weren't excited because you didn't want your cousins to think you were...
Truth be told?
Yeah.
Greatest days of my life. Boy, did this little orange-haired boy love a suit of armor. Oh, look, it's Dutch! Hey, Luke! Hey, Neil! I found one that's Dutch! And then the beatings commenced. Anyway, take care, fans. Don't stop crime. And visit the Higgins Armor Museum in Worcester, Massachusetts.
People have said about the podcast, and you guys can respond. Does that sound good?
Yes, we must let the people's voices be heard. Play away.
This is from Goldblum Noises, which I'm assuming is referring to this podcast. Remember when Jeff Goldblum was on and you and he both made a bunch of sexual jazz noises?
I remember it every night.
So then the rest of this is unrelated, but 5 stars. The title is 11 hours in all caps 1 day. And it goes like this. I was just informed by Spotify in my 2020 roundup that I listened to 11 episodes of Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend in 1 day. Oh. If that sounds sad, everyone should also know on my Hinge dating profile, my answer to the prompt, quote, I am weirdly attracted to blank, unquote, is Conan O'Brien. In all seriousness, this podcast was my constant companion this year, especially when I was going through a tough breakup. I love the whole group's dynamic and cannot wait until the day someone on Hinge messaged me saying they love Conan as much as me. Thanks, guys.
What a lovely thing to hear. From who is this? Did this person give their name or no?
Yeah, Goldblum Noises.
Well, okay, all right. Then he's.
That's all I have. That's all I have.
Well, Goldblum Noises. That is so nice. Wow, 11 episodes. I wonder what the side effects of listening to 11 hours of this is for someone. I wonder if he, had any
or
kind
she.
of bodily. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know why. You know what? I'm gonna say it doesn't matter. I'm unlike you, Sona, who's very sexist and all obsessed with gender identities. I don't care. I am very gender fluid, and I don't care. It's not important to me.
Okay.
They said weirdly attracted to Conan O'Brien. Now, this gets complicated.
Do you find that little needle in the haystack?
Well, why?
That was all compliment.
I know. I always find the tiny little piece of glass in the snow cone. It's weirdly attracted to Conan O'Brien.
I listen to these now the same way you listen to them. I'm like, what is it he's going to hear that's going to upset him? And I thought it was when the person said, I'm waiting for someone to tell me that they also get the Conan O'Brien thing.
Oh, no, thanks a lot. Like, I hadn't thought of
yeah.
I hadn't latched onto that, but now, yes, now it's clear to me
one too.
that Goldblum noises put it out there that I like Conan and has been waiting and waiting and waiting for someone to say me too and has heard nothing. Goldblum noises dropped a penny into the I find Conan attractive well and heard no splash. No splash. Oh, man. Wow.
Well, there's probably a lot more writing on that Hinge profile. You know, it's not just the Conan line.
No, Goldblum noises sounds like an incredible person. Regardless of gender, I'm going to say Goldblum noises sounds like a top-notch human being, and I am just going to focus on the fact that because Goldblum Noises was kind enough to mention me as someone that they found attractive, either physically or a personality, that I'm responsible for no one responding.
No.
Yes, that's what I'm going to.
We're talking about a person who's listened to, with ads, over 12 hours of this podcast in a day. So
what does that do to someone? I wonder if you put this person, Goldblum Noises, through an MRI, would it show up somewhere? Would the doctor say, "Oh my God, have you been drinking liquid lead?" No. What are you talking about? What were you doing? Don't tell me. And then the doctor said, "Wait a minute. You haven't been listening to 11 straight hours of Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend, have you?" And the guy or girl says, "Yeah."
And then the doctor goes, "Are you Goldblum Noises?"
Oh, yes.
What is that?
That's Jeff Goldblum. He always does little, I got to, I'm just curious. How is, Conan.
Oh, I thought we were still in the doctor's office.
Well,
yeah, I did too.
Did he come into the doctor's office?
Yeah, Goldblum's hiding. Whenever you're having a very personal exam in a doctor's office, Jeff Goldblum is always in the closet. I'm just telling you. Anyone listening right now, if you've ever had to take your clothes off at a doctor's office and have a very personal exam, and then you hear from behind a wall, yes. That's Jeff Goldblum.
Knowing he was there would somehow make me feel better.
Me too.
I can't explain that.
Yeah, me too. I would feel reassured. He's a very nice guy, and if anyone had to be hiding in the closet making weird, semi-erotic noises, I prefer it to be Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, I Goldblum Noises, thank you for that very nice review and very kind of you. Feel free to take me off of your profile if it's harming your life in any way. I don't want to be responsible. You know what I mean?
Oh.
You could put someone else down as a big influence.
She didn't say you were an influence.
Oh.
Or he.
Why are you doing this?
They just said they were weirdly attractive. I just want to correct.
Okay, so not an influence. And hey, first of all, if someone's listened to me for 11 hours straight, I've influenced them. Second of all, why do you keep interrupting and saying these things that just make me feel like shit?
You know what? You're right. I don't know why I'm doing that. I really am piling on, and I shouldn't do that. And you're right. And I'm sorry. But yeah, she didn't say, or he didn't say influence. They said they were weirdly attracted.
You went and did it again. You just apologized for doing it and then did it again. Listen, Sona, I hear things the way I want to hear them to create a better world for myself. It's like people that only watch Fox News because they want to have that world reflected back at them and they don't look at anything else. I have certain thoughts. And so what I do when I hear these critiques of the show is I make up what it really meant. And then when you say that's not what they said was they put your name in there and no one's biting. Thanks, Sona.
You're right. You're right, and I'm sorry.
Would you say that I am a prompt person?
You are. You're very prompt. You don't like being late.
I don't like being late. I like to be prompt. And my call time for this show was 3:30 here at Sirius XM. And I'm always someone that checks my apps to make sure how long is it going to take to get there. I want to get there at 3:30, so there's time to get some makeup on, because I needs the makeup.
as you can attest, this crowd is, you saw me close up, right? Some of you backed away and said,
Yeah.
What's wrong with that pumpkin? That's a pumpkin from last Halloween.
Oh, no.
It's rotting quickly in the autumn sun. Anywho, I like to be here on time, and I like to get the makeup. I like to relax, do my stretches, whatever I need to do to get into the space to do this podcast that I love doing so much. I checked my app about 2:00, and it said, or whatever, 1:45, and it said, oh, plenty of time. It's going to take you like half an hour to get there because I live on the other side of town. Okay, great.
Yeah.
It won't be a problem, or 40 minutes. Then I'm taking my time. I leave that amount of, I leave plenty of time. I want to actually get here early. I get in my car and I check, and it says it's going to take an hour and 28 minutes
Oh.
to get there. And it suddenly changed. I didn't know what happened. I'm trying to get here, and there's police all over the place. And I stop. I roll down my window and addressed the policeman. I said, "Hey, coppa!" No,
That's weird. That's a weird way to do that.
I shouldn't have done that. That was wrong century. I said, "Excuse me, officer, what's going on?" And he said, "Oh, there's a cougar that's roaming around in this area that's been sighted, and so we're shutting down all the streets until we can save. And we've called in." Wildlife people to make sure that the cougar is safely caught. And of course, the first thing I thought of was a woman about 58 with a white glass of wine who's wandering around this part of Los Angeles. And there's guys in helicopters trying to fire blow darts at her.
Yeah.
And tranquilize her. But her tolerance, she's probably got like 9 darts, but her tolerance for white wine is so strong that she just sucks it right down.
And every 25-year-old man is like hiding behind closed doors.
Yeah, they're all up in the trees hiding. Oh no, here it comes. But anyway, he said cougar. I don't know if it's a cougar, a bobcat, but it was roaming around, and it kind of blew my mind because I thought, I grew up on the East Coast in Massachusetts. Nature, no animal. I mean, a snowstorm would, but no animal ever affected my schedule. I don't think my schedule was ever altered in any way by an animal.
Right.
That's something that can happen here in LA. I've got to get somewhere. Oh, yeah, but a bear has different ideas, or a bobcat, or a giant hawk descended on the highway and tore someone's face off. We've got to close everything down for a while. That's something I dreamed when I did acid. That's not a real thing that happened.
Is a cougar, is it that bad?
I think they were trying to look after the cougar, but also he said there's a school near here.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, guys got to eat,
Oh, man.
Well, I'm sorry.
Did you say I really have to get to Sirius XM?
I said, officer, I'm a celebrity. I know these others have to wait around, but I'm a celebrity with a podcast, you see. So I would like it if you gave me an escort. I really would love it. I've always wanted, it would just enrage people. But if I could get, the way when you see in movies, sometimes someone takes a siren and just a guy who's in a regular looking car, he gets a call because he's undercover or something, and he just puts that siren on top of his car and wee. I've always wanted one of those and put it on the car and start barreling through traffic, and people would get out of the way. And then someone at one point would be like, what the f-? And I'd say, celebrity. Can you imagine how mad people would be at me? And rightfully so. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I would be mad at you if you did that.
I'm obsessed with what's the worst thing I could do.
I know, you think about it a lot.
And in that moment, when everyone else was respectfully waiting for the cougar, I wanted to go, I'm coming through, celebrity podcaster.
Well, you would have been here on time.
Yeah, well, still, I mean, I don't think anyone knew anything was up.
Okay.
The crowd probably thought, okay, we're starting just a couple of minutes late. Conan's no spring chicken. They probably got to do some work on him.
Oh my God. I don't think anybody thought that.
Front row. They got a really good look at me.
He's shaking his head. No, I think you're fine. I still think it's an overreaction for a cougar, but I don't know. I live where there's bears and stuff, so I don't know. Maybe
Have you seen a bear near your house?
Yes, all the time.
You act like you come down and he's having coffee at your table. Oh, hi, Sona.
He knows my name.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sort of talks like Elmo, but not really.
That was a terrible bear voice.
It's pretty good.
It's so not intimidating.
Well, what do you think a bear would sound like?
Like this. I'm a bear.
It's more up in this range right here.
No, I think it's like I'm a bear.
He's had a lot of berries, and they've worn away the acid in the berries and worn away this back part of his throat. Hey, Sona, this is fine, but do you have almond milk? Regular milk, it kind of triggers a reaction. It's not bad.
He's lactose intolerant?
I'm a lactose intolerant bear.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that bear
That's
sucks.
me, yeah.
That bear sucks.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to talk about Chevy. That's something we can both agree on.
That's actually true.
You know why I want to talk about Chevy?
Why?
The Chevy family of electric vehicles. You know what? They have something for everybody.
They do.
Yeah, and that's saying something.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, it's an impressive spectrum. That's right. I use the word spectrum of vehicles that are available now. You can buy now, reserve now. Stay tuned because new vehicles are coming. That's what I like.
What?
I like, because back in the day, I had an old Chevy. Did you know that?
I think I had a Chevy too when I was growing up.
You did?
I feel like everyone cool had a Chevy growing up. Some kind of Chevy. I did. I had a Corsica.
I'm looking that up right now.
Yeah, I know.
Was there a Chevy Corsica? Look that up.
There
Blair.
was, right? Please tell me that it's true.
Someone out there, make sure there's a Chevy Corsica, because I'm not going to lose this ad read just because Sona went out on a wire and invented a Chevy that doesn't exist. I like the Chevy Mont Blanc. What? There's no Mont Blanc. Uh-oh. Chevy is on the line. They want to talk to you.
Oh, no.
That's the Corsica.
Oh, look who was right and look who was wrong.
Corsica.
That's the Corsica right there.
They can't see it. It's a tiny
Yes, they can. Everyone's drooling. They want that.
Too small.
They want that 80s Corsica.
But my Corsica growing up was great.
Yeah.
And lasted forever.
Well, guess what? You wouldn't want a Corsica now. You'd want an EV.
Oh, for sure.
You know why? I like the term EV. It's my term for electric vehicle that I came up with.
You made that up?
I sure did on the way in here. And if Chevy's nice, I'll let them have it. You can buy the Bolt EV. You can buy the Bolt EUV.
Oh, that's a utility vehicle. That's bigger.
I'm glad you're here.
Okay. You should be. Oh, my God.
Garbage.
Just read off the card.
Oh, my God.
Please
my
just
favorite
read off
name
the
for a truck. Silverado.
You have a successful stand-up career, but then you have this pedigree as a writer, which is just off the charts. When do you start to realize, okay, I love stand-up, I love doing stand-up, but I want to be in that room. I want to be in the writer's room.
Well, I got my break to write on SNL. This is...
What year? What year would that be?
85 to 86.
Okay.
What is affectionately or disaffectionately called the weird year.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the strange cast, Robert Downey Jr., Randy Quaid, but Al Franken.
Anthony Michael Hall.
Yeah. And Al Franken and Jim Downey came to the comic strip to audition comics. And they saw me and they said, would you like to, we'd like you and we'd like to see if you want to write on the show. I was like, absolutely. They said, oh, you just have to meet Lauren. So I was like all set for this meeting and had all my answers prepared, for like a serious sit-down business meeting. It was literally, he was auditioning people, Lauren, at this rehearsal space. He came out for 2 seconds and he said to me, I don't do a good Lauren. Jim and I'll say you're very good. And, sometimes you have to stay up late at the show. I was like, yeah. He went, okay, thanks. That was my big interview.
Wow. But you passed.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Like if I had said, I really don't like staying up
I like to be in bed by 8 o'clock.
Yeah, that's going to interfere with my routine.
Yeah.
And so I wrote that year and I really enjoyed it, but I really wanted to go back to stand-up. So I did. But then, strangely, out of the blue, in 93, Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld called me together. So I knew at that time there was something odd about that because I would talk to each of them separately on a landline, but calling me together seemed weird. They were in one spot.
It's like a prank.
Yeah, and they were like, do you want to write for Seinfeld? And I was like, yeah. And, it was great because my inexperience is the thing that got me the job, because they, didn't want people who'd written on sitcoms before, because as Larry referred to it, they were poisoned by the system. So he wanted people who'd never written on sitcoms before. So what was your first writing job?
It was not necessarily the news.
Oh, wow.
And a woman named Pat Lee gave me...
I know of her, yes.
Yeah, she hired Greg and I, got us into the Guild.
Mm-hmm.
It was our first show, and we worked like maniacs. And I have such clear memories, and I'm always passing Sunset Gower Studios, and I always have the same flashback to Greg and I. We took a overnight flight. It was cheap. It was, I think, called People Express, where you could like fly.
Remember that.
Do you remember People? People
that name.
People
the
Express.
airline of China.
Yeah, People Express was a
Live poultry.
Literally, you could, for like $40, you could fly across the country. I mean, something insane. And obviously, it was a whole other world before 9/11. You just would buy your ticket at the counter. You'd get on the plane, no frills. We flew overnight. I remember my writing partner, Greg Daniels, put a blanket over his head to try and go to sleep because the seats didn't go back. So he was sitting upright. He looked like a bad kid's ghost sitting next to me. We landed. We got this really cheap rental car, and we drove to Sunset Gower Studios and walked in and said, "We're here to work for television. I have acne." That's where it started. But it was a show that at least it was pre-tapes, and we weren't writing for characters, and it wasn't all these shows that I really despised.
Yeah.
It was sketch comedy that I thought, okay, this is respectable. We can do this, with an eye towards hoping to get a job with Letterman, which didn't work out. But so you get this call, and to work for Seinfeld, and you write an episode that coincidentally, we were displaced by the fire. Our house is okay, but it has to be de-smoked, detoxed. And so my wife and I have been living in this little apartment, kind of rental apartment with a kitchenette at the hotel.
You're at the Oakwood, aren't you?
Yeah. A great place to meet a single pregnant woman who's going through a bad divorce. But every night we don't have our regular television. We just, we don't have Apple TV or Max or anything. So we're just thumbing through, and we always land on Seinfeld.
Oh, nice.
And we watched Seinfeld, and I watched your Rye episode.
Ah, yes, the Marble Rye.
3 nights ago, I watched the Marble Rye episode, and remembered that you had written that episode, which is one of my favorites.
Oh, thank you.
If you don't recall, I think it's George's fiance. George Costanza is going over to eat with the fiance, and he brings his parents, who of course humiliate him. The great Jerry Stiller, and the actress, I can't remember the actress's name, who plays
Estelle
Harris. And they come over, and they bring a Marble Rye, and then they notice that these waspy parents of their future in-law don't eat the Marble Rye, so Jerry Stiller takes it back. And then that couple realizes, the waspy couple realizes that the Marble Rye has been taken back, and they're enraged. And then the whole episode is about how do we get the rye back into the apartment, which is a great, great idea for an episode. Where did you get that idea?
It was crazy because a lot of times people come up to you when you write on a hit show like that, and they're like, something really funny happened to me. And you're like, oh boy, here we go. And it's like, Betty's egg salad was in the fridge at work, and somebody took it, and it's like, oh boy, here we go. But a friend of mine from high school was like, I had the funniest thing happen. This couple came over and brought a bread, and we didn't put it out. And they wanted to take it back. And I knew when I went in to Larry's office, Larry and Jerry, you would pitch to them one-on-one. If Larry liked an idea, he would get so ecstatic. You know what I mean? When I pitched that, he was like, I love it. We're doing that. Yeah, we're doing that. And he would be like that about certain ideas, like Elaine thinks the Korean manicurists are talking about her behind her back in Korean. Like, yes.
He knew, it's like he had a divining rod. Like, yes, there's water there. I know there's water there. Yeah.
Exactly. Conversely, if you pitched, and this is a lot of times, ideas that they didn't like, he would kind of do this thing with his arm and go, yeah, no, I don't know.
That's called angina.
He's having a heart attack.
Yeah.
Or he would, the biggest put down was, I could see that on another show. And it'd be like, oh. But, and then when you have an idea like you like that, in thinking about it, I was also thinking about Kramer and loving Costco because I loved Costco, still do.
You can get so much of something.
Yes. And that he bought so much beefaroni that he started feeding it to his handsome cab horse.
Yes.
Which eventually gave him a lot of flatulence.
Yes. Ruining the night out for this waspy couple. By the way, I always thought there's a lot of genius behind the show Seinfeld, but I always thought the casting was impeccable, not just of the main characters, but of the smaller characters. And I went out of my way because every time George's fiance's parents are on the show, they're spectacular.
They are.
So I looked them up. It's Grace Zabriskich and Warren Frost.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to give a shout out to the universe. The character acting they do on that episode, and other episodes as well, the one where the cabin burns down, they're impeccable.
Yeah.
They're fantastic.
Really, really great.
Just unbelievable.
Yeah. The guest casting was amazing. And what was great about them as bosses for the writers was you could be involved in every step of the process. You were involved in casting. And, now that I work on shows, people send in tapes, which is horrible. It's so great when people would walk in the room and they go, hey, where's the hot seat? And they'd sit down and you get a vibe off of them. And you could also see how nervous they were in front of people instead of self-taping at home. But you'd be part of the casting. You'd be part of everything. So editing and all that. And a lot of times writers don't have that opportunity on shows. So that was really great. And to cast these smaller roles and people that just took off,
Yeah.
And even like the regulars, like the tennis episode I did with Morley Matlin, the lip reader.
Yeah.
It's like, what are the 4 stories going to be, And, for Kramer, for that, you have a tennis episode. Well, he's got to be a ball boy.
Yeah.
And then, that's going to be funny. We called him the ball man. And then, he was rehearsing, Michael would rehearse these physical things over and over. People just thought he just did it automatically. He would really rehearse it. And, he just rehearsed as a ball man the entire week.
You work on a show like that, I think it's an immersive experience. I thought, I've said the same thing about Saturday Night Live, where you're not just a writer. There's the old idea of the writers are off in a separate building.
Yeah.
And there's no light, the shades are drawn. They're just in there coming up with this, and they're treated sort of with contempt. And then the scripts come out, and then the director, the producers, the actors make it, and no one ever goes near the writer's building. And I always thought a great gift that Lauren gave all of us was, even if you had only been working there for a week, and it sounds like the same thing that Larry and Jerry would do, which is, no, you're in charge of everything. If it's your sketch or if it's your episode, you're in on the whole thing, which opens you to the world of casting, props. When should we see things? How should we see things? Maybe go talk to the director.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't cross any lines. Do it tactfully, but you're in charge of the whole thing because it's your baby. And that invests you with great sense of responsibility. You try so much harder.
Exactly. Because also, your ass is on the line if something goes off. So you do have that sense of responsibility with an episode, which is great. The saddest thing to me is that I'm a big collector. So I took we couldn't use beefaroni for some reason.
It's beefarino.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
They made us change the name. So I had the can that the prop guy came up with for beefarino, and I had it in my apartment on Flores in West Hollywood. And then when I moved, I forgot to take it, move it away. And the guys thought it was just an empty can, and they tossed it. I know.
Yeah. It's
the fact that I'm here today.
I mean, it's not the snow globe from Citizen Kane, but it's close. The beefarino can. Someone's going to find it, and it's going to go. It's long after you and I are gone.
Right.
Someone's going to find it. It's going to be auctioned off for like $600,000.
Oh, come on, more than that.
Okay, all right. I mean, it's the future. Well, you're right. I've met an old acquaintance of yours, Jerry Harrison, and bumped into him a couple of times and told him how much Talking Heads meant to me, meant so much to me.
Thank you.
And I have a very clear, crystal clear memory of, it would have been, I want to say maybe 1983, 84, somewhere around there. I'm in college. And of course, I'm obsessed with Late Night with David Letterman, and he has you guys on, and you play Burning Down the House on Letterman, and it was my whole world of things that I loved coming together in one moment, which rarely happened when you're at that phase. There was much less entertainment back then. So the fact that, I remembered, I think Dave chatted with you a bit. You came over to the interview chair either before or after the song, and he was talking to you, and I thought, this is everything I like in life in one place at the same time.
I remember, I've seen kind of replays of that chat. It seemed like it was a very odd chat.
It was.
I was very nervous and gave a fairly stilted answers, but
I remember watching it and having no judgment about it, which is just, that's you, this is Dave. I don't, this is what's happening at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the performance of the song,
Thank you.
And, so fascinated by, talking about the beginnings of that band. I never realized until recently that Psycho Killer, which is the first big hit, was only the second song you had ever written.
Yeah. It was kind of an experiment to see, can I really write a song?
Wow.
I got help from some of the others. But we did, and people seemed to like that one.
Yeah.
And then I thought,
It also sounded so different from anything else at the time to me. It just was so, it was, and I know that you were trying to, I read an interview once where you said in Psycho Killer, you were trying to, almost as a thought experiment, saying, what if Alice Cooper and Randy Newman wrote a song together?
Exactly. Yes.
And I'm like, what a fantastic, first of all, who approaches songwriting with that kind of idea?
I liked them both.
Yeah.
I thought, well, you like it both. It's like cooking. Put them together.
I like onions. Yeah. I like ice cream. They must be good together.
Yes.
Did you, I'm curious, so you wrote that song and things start to take off, and then you just have this phenomenal success. And I think the rare thing that you guys pulled off was the group was very commercially successful. It was the soundtrack for a lot of people of late 70s, early 80s, but also very highly regarded and respected at the same time, which doesn't always happen.
It doesn't always happen. We were kind of determined to do what we did, but I think we were also pretty lucky be around at that time where that kind of thing was accepted. There's a certain amount of luck involved.
Yeah. I like it when people acknowledge luck.
I mean, yeah, we were back at CBGB's. We were kind of in the right place at the right time. Other bands were playing. People were coming to see them. Record companies coming to see them. We didn't plan that.
Hey, Sona, think of all the amazing things in life that are expressions of just you.
Yeah.
I mean, like the chocolate that you had on your face when you came in because you just ate that. What was it you were eating?
I was eating a giant cookie.
Giant cookie.
Yeah.
And that's so Sona.
Okay.
Or that song you stream over and over again that's just so you. What's that song for you?
Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
Yeah.
That is for my boys, not
I know.
me.
Still, it's nice.
Okay.
Or, that podcast, that comedy podcast you just got to listen to.
Yeah, Conan O'Brien needs a friend.
Exactly. Is that what you listen to in your spare time?
Yeah.
I love it. Everything that makes you makes all the difference. State Farm believes insurance should work the same way. Your plan, your coverage selections can be personalized by you and only you.
Cool.
I shouldn't shout, but this is how strongly I feel about it.
You got so aggressive.
The ability to choose the plan you want by picking the options that fit you, like choosing to bundle your home and auto policies, is what the State Farm Personal Price Plan is all about. Getting the coverage you want at an affordable price just for you. Call or go to statefarm.com today to create your State Farm Personal Price Plan. Prices vary by state. Options selected by customers. Availability and eligibility may vary. Do you ever think to yourself, I do in comedy, and think, what if I was starting now?
What would you do? What would you do?
What would I do if I started now? How would I, because there's so much out there, how would I make it? And I'm not sure that I would. I'm very lucky that
so much.
Yeah.
There's a lot of music out there too.
Yes. Yeah.
The streaming services and everywhere are just filled with music, and you wonder how. I still find lots of things that I like, but I can imagine for a lot of people, it's like, wow, it's just too much.
Right. I think that people are overwhelmed, and then they get siloed. I just want to listen to these three. You're not, just as in news, you don't have to hear an opinion you don't want to hear anymore, because you can just watch the same thing is happening, I think, in music and in comedy. You can just seek out, these are the 7 things that give me comfort, and you will not run into anything that might challenge you, which is kind of scary. It makes you think, at that time, when there's such a nice evolution too with your band, with Talking Heads, that the music kept evolving. It felt like, if I'm not mistaken, there was a determination to not do the same thing twice.
Exactly. And I'd grown up as a music fan in the late 60s, early 70s.
Who did you like?
Oh, I liked the Temptations and James Brown and the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and the Who and, all these acts that were around. And a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them would from album to album, they'd evolve and do different things and try adding these odd sounds and odd ideas into their songs. And I thought, that's what you do. You can get away with it.
Yeah.
And look, they're successful. And so I thought, well, okay, if they can do it, that's the way to go. If you can get away with it.
Was there pressure after Psycho Killer from record label to say, like, that was great, do that again? Because you didn't.
There was probably pressure after some other things, like maybe when we did some successful tours or something like that. There was more like, that's good, you're doing good, just stay on the road.
Yep.
And that can be fun, but kind of deadly after a while.
Yeah. Famously, the road. It in my limited experience with it, it is thrilling for just a little while, and then you understand why people become addicts and alcoholics, and because you're on a bus and you're really amped up after a show, and you want to come down from after a show, and then it's time to get on a bus, and it's not a good rhythm to live in consistently.
Yeah, you just watch some movies and start drinking. Yeah.
I do that now, but I'm not even touring. So this is, I'm realizing now this is an intervention they've called into. I've got no. Take us back to Andy Daly as a child. I don't see you tossing the old football around.
What do you mean? by football?
Were you seem to me like you're maybe someone who had the sponge period where you're just absorbing.
Oh, yeah.
Is it TV? Are you a TV fanatic?
Yes. The TV was always on in my house. I can remember my father making the argument to my mother. He had the numbers for how much electricity the TV uses as opposed to the dining room lights. like we're not using any electricity by having the TV on all the time. Like that was his argument. He just liked to have the TV on all the time.
So I thought you were going to say you've been watching too much TV. So his argument was that you shouldn't be watching TV, but this was pro TV.
He had thought it through, like why it made sense to always have the TV on.
Wow, what a time to be alive.
Yeah,
I never got that.
No, I didn't either. My father prohibited TV if there was school the next day, no TV could be watched during the day. So we, of course, were like, well, that shit's not happening. So my brothers and I would watch TV, and then we would hear my dad's station wagon, which was a 1970 Pontiac, yellow, pull up. And because of some defect in the car, it made a weird whistling sound. Oh, my God. And we'd hear the, and we'd be like, no! And we'd turn off the TV, and everyone would grab a book. And usually it was upside down. And my dad would come into the house, and the first thing he'd do is he'd rush to the TV and put his hand on the screen. And if if it was slightly warm, or if he got a little static shock, he was like, and we would all go scampering around with our upside down books.
So you don't grab a book, grab the ice tray and just apply ice all around the TV.
Cool it off.
It's got to be a way to cool it off.
So anyway, I love that your dad was pro TV.
Super pro TV, yeah. We used to watch Abbott and Costello movies every Sunday, and I would watch Sesame Street, which is hilarious. Bert and Ernie are hilarious, and Grover. And yes, I think I did watch things as a student of comedy. The way that I see my 12-year-old watches things as a student of comedy too. Just kind of like figuring out, why is that funny? And what if I do that to my brother? Stuff like that.
Oh, you can, and also there's so much great comedy timing you can learn from, like you say, Sesame Street's, Muppets. The timing is really good. For me, it was Warner Brothers cartoons.
Yeah, I watched those too.
And just the figuring out the timing and different voices. And
it is crazy that in the 70s, when you would watch an hour of Looney Tunes cartoons, so many of them were about war bonds.
Yep. They were all made in the 40s.
Yeah.
And the inside jokes were, a guy who, I don't know, looks like Eddie Cantor would come in, and you'd be like, what's an Eddie Cantor?
Yeah. Or the chicken that looked like Bing Crosby. You needed an adult nearby to go, let me explain.
Yeah.
And they were often really culturally appropriate.
Often,
yes, very much so.
But I was watching a lot of those, and they were made in the 40s, and then I go to my parents and go, so we got to stop Hitler, huh? Son, we took care of that.
Oh, all right. Great. So, did he apologize?
No. He shot himself.
Oh, why are we talking about this? I'm 7.
But no, it's so funny. You clearly you absorbed all this stuff, and just where were you growing up, by the way?
New Jersey.
Okay, let's not brag.
No. I mean, listen. It's one of the most populous states in the nation, as a matter of fact, Conan.
Really?
That's all I could say to brag about New Jersey.
But it's so small. How could it be?
But by volume.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
What?
For how big it is, there's a lot of people in there. It's got more people per square mile than any other state in the union.
So it's just crowded.
It's a crowded state. It's a densely populated state.
Yeah, people, you have to step outside to change your mind. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm a witty guy.
And 90% of it is pine barrens, which nobody lives in.
Yeah.
So how is that possible? Oh, it's because there's bodies in there.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's the bodies in the pine barrens.
That's something you don't mention a lot in the New Jersey Tourist Bureau.
What's that? All the bodies in the pine barrens?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't come up.
Come to the Pine Barrens. You won't not find a body. Wait, what? You described, I think, once that as a kid, you saw a production of Peter Pan that kind of changed your life because there was a moment in the production of Peter Pan that sort of grabbed you. Yeah. Tell me about that.
This was the Peter Pan with Sandy Duncan in the 70s. It was on Broadway, and she would fly out over the audience. And Captain Hook was played by James Hewitt, who was Mr. Belvedere. You might remember that
Christopher Hewitt.
Christopher, thank you. Oh, how does he know everything?
Well, trust me, all he does is go home with, he has flashcards. And
it's true.
Yeah, it's like WKRP, Gordon jump.
Can I just say that when that came up right now, every alarm in my head went off and said, "Don't do this. Don't do this."
It doesn't matter. It's close enough.
I know.
But he had his Captain Hook and Smee had a scene in front of the curtain. There must have been a scene change going on, and they're talking, and he just says, "I'm going to get that Peter Pan," and a boy in the audience said, "No, you're not." And he said, "Oh, yes, I will." And the place just went nuts. And that's like
it was improv.
Yes, exactly. But it's just one thing. It's like such a minor example of improv, but it just was so electrifying, so exciting. He went off script and he responded to a child. So yeah, that's the only thing about the show I really remember.
You're editing the rest of it where he goes like, "Oh, yes, I will." And the kid goes, "Fuck you."
Fuck me, fuck you.
You can't say fuck me. I'm a little boy with one leg. One leg, eh? Well, you'll have no legs soon. You little fucking piece of shit. Hold me back. Tonight's production of Peter Pan.
Fuck you with a steel hook.
Tonight's production of Peter Pan will be cut short. Your tickets will be refunded in the audience. Oh, no, they fucking won't.
This is gold.
Soon I'll be Mr. Belvedere. And you can all suck my dick. Jesus Christ. What's the pop culture you're growing up with? What are you watching on TV, for example, that's influencing you? What's hitting you? What's tugging at your strings?
Oh, wow. The show I became obsessed with was LA Law. And the reason why is, again, going back to my dad. My dad had 3 sons, and he wanted a lawyer, a doctor, and an engineer. Mm-hmm. And I started to get this acting bug when I was younger. But Blair Underwood played this very snazzy lawyer.
Sure, I remember that.
In LA Law. And unbeknownst to me, the conflation of the two things was why I was so gravitated towards that show, because I was like, gosh, I just love TV, I love films, I love the whole idea of storytelling, but my dad wants me to be a lawyer, and that guy is both, you know? And so I went as far as applying to law school, the whole thing. But
because of Blair Underwood.
Because of Blair Underwood. I have told him since, and he's horrified.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one of the more influential shows on me.
I was flipping through just notes on you, and then I saw that you were a Happy Days fan. And I thought, Happy Days.
Yeah.
Were you watching Happy Days when you were in Nigeria? Obviously these are reruns because you're way too young. But was that because that's a show that was on primetime television when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it was hugely influential. But I'm trying to think of you seeing it. What kind of why is that show grabbing you?
It was the Fonz. It was all about the Fonz. It was all about Henry Winkler and how cool he was, and the comb through the hair, the whole thing. But it was also a very traumatic thing for me because I had a little afro, and every time I took the comb to my afro, it wouldn't go through like it did for him. And many years later, because obviously he was in this with Ron Howard, and Bryce Dallas Howard is a good friend of mine. I was at her wedding. I met Henry Winkler. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm meeting the Fonz. And I said, it was so hard for me because I would always try to imitate the hair, the comb going through my hair. And he went, I only ever hold it up. I never put it through my hair.
Never does put it through.
And I went, oh my gosh, all of that pain. And you never actually ran the comb through your hair.
It's true. He starts and then he realizes it's perfect.
And he goes, hey, in front of the mirror. And I was like, that would have been so much more achievable for me. So, I got that all wrong.
I think one of the first celebrities I saw when I came to LA in '85 was I was at some event that I shouldn't have been at because I was, just starting out. But I'm coming out of some hotel, and there's a bunch of people coming out, and it's raining out really hard, and I see Henry Winkler. They bring up like a station wagon, and Henry Winkler. It's been raining really hard, and for some reason some of the water got on the seats, and he got a towel and just started mopping up the water, and he looked all disheveled.
Oh my God.
And I'm seeing my childhood hero, the Fonz.
Man.
And he's this schlub. He's this wet guy who's like, I gotta get these
Just
seats clean
annoyed,
so my wife
wiping
can
the
sit
chair.
there. And he's like, I think I got it all.
Oh,
okay.
man.
And I thought, what happened?
Oh,
This
wow.
is LA?
Yeah, I'll take my trauma over that. I would not have recovered. That's a terrible story. How dare you tell me that?
I'm sorry. But you went to not a military academy, but you were educated.
Similar. It might as well
similar
have been,
military
yeah.
academy. In what way? Did you have to wear a uniform when you were?
Had to wear a uniform. It was very, very regimented. It was a boarding school in Nigeria, incredibly strict. And yeah, and when I talk about it, especially in a Western context, because you will get lashed if you did naughty things, and I was a very naughty boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty intense. But I was the kid who, I remember for a dare, I this is so stupid. I for a dare, I went in to steal something out of the headmaster's fridge. And I got into his house, and I'll never forget the silhouette of this guy in the door looking at me I'm in his fridge. I didn't want anything out of his fridge. I just did it for,
right,
browning points. But it was, and he had one of those voices, those people who you can barely hear what they're actually saying. Because they're talking like this. And I was just like, and so all I heard was, and it's all I heard. But I spent the next term washing toilet